And we are just about ready to get this party started. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Q Thompson and the playmaker, Cortez Smith. Ball is kicked. It's an onside kick, and it's fielded by the Raiders. That's Clark Phillips, number 54, who alertly dropped on the ball, and Nettleton will have very good field position. Good play there by Clark. Save the neck for me, Clark. Clark Phillips falls on it. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 47-yard line.
That's good head-up IQ by Clark Phillips. That's a smart young man.
No doubt. Deep snapper for the team. Had a couple of big tackles for loss to end the game last week. He's a good young man, a good member of this team. Maddox Sampton ready to go to work. In motion is the playmaker. He gives it to Xavier Harrell running right side. He's got a gain of 4 or 5 yards. We'll call it 4 before he's brought down. It's going to be 2nd down for the Raiders inside Blytheville territory. Ball is marked at the Blytheville 49-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Real phenomenal run by Xavier Harrell. Harrell really good at finding that hole that offensive line creates, and that offensive line is a strong point tonight.
The Mad Dog with Xavier in the backfield with him. Gives it to Xavier Harrell, again running right side. Breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and he is finally thrown down at about the 46-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 47. It's going to be a gain of a couple. It will be 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders.
Xavier with another not terrible run. He's a hoss, though. It took 2 or 3 guys to get him down.
See if the Raiders want to throw it on 3rd and 4. They got Cortez Smith in the quarterback, Wildcat. He's going to keep it. Falls forward close to the marker. I believe he's going to be marked just a little bit short, but the Raiders should be in 4-down territory. Well, let's see. Well, we got a good spot there, that's for sure. And they're going to move the chains. They are going to move the chains. There we go. I willed that into existence, Jacob. They moved the chains. 1st down. The playmaker needed 4 yards. He got 4 yards and 1 inch.
That's what the playmaker's all about.
Making plays. The Mad Dog, Maddox Sampton in the gun. Nettleton has 2 receivers spread out wide to the left. Playmaker in motion. Gives to Xavier Harrell. Xavier falls forward for a gain of a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Ball is going to be marked on the Blytheville 42-yard line. That
Blytheville defense did a good job of collapsing the hole early. Xavier didn't have too much to work with.
Ball on the 41-yard line, correction. As Nettleton, this Raider offense, matriculating down the field here on their first drive. 10-14 to play in the first quarter. Maddox looks to the sideline, gets the play call. In motion is Q Thompson. He gives it to Xavier Harrell. Bounces out right side. He's thrown down at the 41-yard line. It's going to be a short gain. Actually, he kind of got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders.
I bet the Raider offensive coordinator, Coach Wilson, is going to look to throw the ball here, 3rd and 8. That's throwing territory.
Taylor Smith spread out wide left, the electrifying Taylor Smith. Playmaker, Cortez Smith out there with him. Caleb Tedder and I believe that's Nigel Bell spread out wide to the right. And there is a timeout called before the play. We'll take the timeout with them, a 30-second break. Nettleton calls the timeout. With 9:33 remaining in the first quarter, we're scoreless here at Haley Field. You've tuned in to Nettleton Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. Back in 30.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner. With GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance.
3rd down and 8 here at Haley Field for the Raiders. First possession of this scoreless game. 9:33 remaining in the first quarter. 4 receivers bunched up wide left. Cortez Smith wide right. Empty backfield. Maddox Sampton back to pass. Looking for the playmaker. He's got a step. Playmaker jumps up and has the ball knocked away. Incomplete pass. However, there is a flag on the play. Flag on the play, and let's hope that it's going to go against the Chickasaws. That would be a 15-yard penalty, which would make it a 1st down.
That's what the Raiders need right now. The refs are discussing it over on the 33-yard line.
And our folks that are listening on YouTube are telling us we're having some troubles with the stream. It said it froze on the coin toss, so we'll do our best to kind of get that back up. You can always listen on the radio, and it should be a little more reliable, hopefully. Pass interference was the call against Blytheville, and Nettleton will have a first down at the Chickasaw 26-yard line. This Raider offense, very effective last week against Pocahontas, Blytheville's conference mates, and moving the ball here in the first quarter. They give to Xavier Harrell, running right side across the 20, still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of about 14 and a first down for the Raiders.
Talk about a great run by Xavier Harrell. He hit the hole, and he hit the hole hard there. What a run by the sophomore Xavier Harrell.
And we have a Chickasaw who's a little bit shaken up. Let's hope that that young man is all right. We'll get you his number as soon as we can. But the training staff of Nettleton actually is coming out to check on him. Now then the Blytheville coach is headed out. He's holding his left leg, and it looks like he may be down for just a minute. So I'll tell you what, Gavin, we'll take a 30-second break. Try to get this live stream up. 9:17 remaining in the first quarter. We're scoreless at Haley Field. Back in 30. Well, tell you what, Gavin, I'm sorry he's up. Let's just keep it right here. I don't want to miss any action. We'll try to fix that stream. I don't know exactly what the issue is, but we'll try to get the live stream up. We apologize to those of you watching on YouTube. We are going off an internet hotspot tonight, and those can be unreliable at times. We'll do the best we can. Hopefully you've found us on 101.3 Bob FM, part of the EAB Sports Network. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're in the red zone on the Blytheville 13-yard line. Curtis Smith at quarterback. It's that wild Raider formation. Fakes to Q Thompson, runs right up the middle, across the 10, falls forward to the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3.5, gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. Maddox Hampton back out at quarterback. Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. Curtis Smith also in the backfield with him. Bunched up set for the Raiders. Nobody out wide. Now the playmaker in motion. Gives to Xavier Harrell right up the middle. He lunges forward across the 5-yard line to the 3. That's where he'll be brought down. He's close to the first down, and I believe he's got it. I believe it's going to be a first down and goal to go for the Raiders. Yep, 1st and goal to go for the Raiders. Ball on the 3-yard line of the Chickasaws. We're scoreless here at Blytheville, but the Raiders threatening to score on their first drive. 1st and goal from the 3. Maddox Hampton and Xavier Harrell in the backfield for the Raiders. They give to Xavier, running right up the chute and into the end zone. Xavier Harrell, touchdown Raiders.
Touchdown, sophomore Xavier Harrell. Harrell hit the hole hard, about 3 yards out. He took it to the crib. What a run by the sophomore Xavier Harrell. Now onto the field to set up for the Raider PAT is Mason Wan.
Mason Wan, a perfect 6 for 6 last week in his PATs. Let's see if he can make it 7 in a row here. I guess actually it would be maybe 8 in a row if you count the Mountain home game. Mason has had a very good season. Let's hope the OTMC has not jinxed him. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. It is good, and that makes the score with 8:12 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton 7, Blytheville 0. Back in 30 seconds with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro, 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field at Blytheville. Nettleton has a 7-0 lead after an impressive opening drive. Blytheville won the coin toss, but they deferred their option to the second half. They put Nettleton's offense out on the field, and that proved to be a mistake as Nettleton just methodically matriculated the ball down the field and scored about a 55-yard drive, I suppose. Short kick that is fielded at the 42-yard line of the Chickasaws. That is number 8, Fabius Dowd, who made the catch. It was a short kick. I don't know if that was a designed onside kick or if they just were trying to keep it away from their big play threats. Blytheville did score twice last week against Osceola on kickoff returns, punt returns, so they've definitely got some dangerous athletes. Probably smart just to kick it short and take your chances. 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws on the 42. Johnson, the quarterback, battles in the backfield with him. They have some offensive weapons. They give it to Battles, running left side, and he is brought down. Cohen Liggins, Keon Stallings also in on the stop, as well as Caden Newson. It's going to be a short gain, a gain of 1, it looks like. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Good job by the Raider defensive line.
The Raider defensive line just came right through that offensive line of the Chicks. Good job. Those boys up front, Keon Stallings and Caden Newson.
Very good defensive line for the Raiders. Now then, they're in the pistol formation. Battles the ball carrier. He is wrapped up immediately by Kylan Shelton behind the line of scrimmage. Also in on the stop is the sensational sophomore linebacker Damon Coleman. That's going to be a loss of 3. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Blytheville.
Looks like Coach Johnson been teaching him that in practice. Kylan Shelton saw right through that play, had him in the backfield. Good job, nickelback Kylan Shelton.
And Kylan Shelton is a dynamic defensive player. Glad that he's back out there on the field.
He's been a guy we could count on since his sophomore year.
No doubt, no doubt. So it's 3rd down and 11 for Blytheville, ball on their own 41-yard line. The score is Nettleton 7, Blytheville 0, 6:50 remaining in the first quarter. Spread formation offense. Johnson, the quarterback, Battles in the backfield with him. Gives to Battles, running right side, no running room. He is wrapped up and tackled by Cohen Liggins. Nice job by the Raider defense. It's going to be 4th down and 7 for Blytheville, and they will bring out the punting team. So Raider defense with a stop on the first drive of the game, and that's what you call a statement, Jacob. That's a very good sign here in the early going of this game.
This Raider defense is looking prepared and locked down right now. Nothing is getting too far beyond that line of scrimmage. Raider defensive line and linebackers are sniffing it out early.
Back deep for the Raiders is the playmaker, Curtis Smith. Donnerson to punt. It's a kind of a strange punting formation. The fullback is about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. About 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage is the punter. He's going to run it. It's a fake punt. Donnerson running it, and he is set the tackle by Isaac Black short of the sticks. It's going to be a turnover on downs. A great open field tackle by number 21, Isaac Black. That saved the first down. Turnover on downs, 1st down Raiders.
Isaac Black did a good job there. I saw him break down, chop the feet, and he just went right through the thighs, eye through the thighs. That's a hawk tackle, as the coaches like to call it.
Isaac Black was the special teams player of the week a couple of weeks ago. Tackles like that, he's liable to win that award again tonight, because that sure enough saved what looked like it could have been a first down. Isaac Black, one-on-one, made the stop. Good job by Isaac Black. Raider offense going back to work. They lead 7-0 here at 5:35 remaining in the first quarter. Maddox Sampton, the quarterback, Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. He's going to pass, looking deep. He's got the playmaker. It's caught by the playmaker inside the 20-yard line. Actually, it's not the playmaker. That's Q Thompson, another playmaker. Big-time catch by Cordarius Thompson, and it's 1st down Raiders inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders at what looks to be the 18-yard line.
Came out the jump, opened up the air raid. Attaboy Maddox Hampton. Great throw and catch with Q Thompson.
Ball on the 18. They give to Xavier Harrell, running right up the middle. He is slung down after a gain of a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Ball marked on the 16-yard line of the Chickasaws. Raiders in their red zone offense. They have a 7-0 lead with 4:55 remaining in the first quarter. Maddox Sampton with Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. Hard count, nothing doing. Blytheville able to hold the water. Cortez and Q spread out wide to the left. Boy, that's a couple of weapons right there. Tedder in the slot. They're going to pass. Over the left side, it's incomplete, intended for the playmaker, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Be 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8, that's right. Keep me straight. 4:36 to play. The incomplete pass stops the clock at 4:36. Raiders up 7-0. Maddox Sampton with Xavier Harrell on his left hip. Q and Caleb Tedder spread out wide left, playmaker to the right. They give to Harrell, running right up the right side. He's got the first down. He breaks a tackle into the end zone. Xavier Harrell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, this one from 18 yards out.
Talk about a sophomore run right there. He's a hoss. Xavier Harrell put 2 or 3 guys on his back and kept going. What a run by the sophomore, number 16, Xavier Harrell. 4:27 remaining here in the first with Mason Wallen set up for his PAT.
Man, I love to watch that kid run the ball. He is a very strong young man. Coach Hampton at the beginning of the season said he's built like Barry Sanders. Very muscular lower body. Mason Wan's PAT is up and good, and it's been all Nettleton so far here tonight, folks. Touchdown, stop by the defense, another touchdown. 2 touchdown runs by Xavier Harrell with 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton's up 14-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds for more Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. EAB Sports Network.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
We are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
14-0 Nettleton with 4:27 to play in the first quarter. Our live stream seems to be pretty much freezing up on the regular. We apologize. Just tune over to 101.3 FM, Bob FM, and you'll be able to hear it at least. We're doing the best we can. Mason Wan, another short kick angling toward the sideline, is fielded at about the 35-yard line. We're going to get a return out to the 50. Number 26, that's Calvin Daniels with the return. Caught it about the 35, returned it 15 yards before he was brought down. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws. Ball is spotted right at the 50. So midfield. Technically, I guess since we are at Blytheville, that would be considered the Chickasaw 50. First and 10 for the Chicks. Johnson, the quarterback, in the backfield with him. I believe that is Tim Brown, the All-State running back from last year. They're going to pass on 1st down. Rolling to the left. Good coverage. Nothing doing. They run him out of bounds. He gains a couple of 3 yards. Somebody lost a gold helmet out there. It might have been Caden Newsom that lost his helmet. Probably had it ripped off by an offensive lineman. So good coverage by that Raider defensive backfield.
It sure was. Raider defense is looking stout tonight, not allowing too many yards per carry. Good job, Raider defense.
2nd down is 7 for the Chickasaws. The ball is inside Nettleton territory, the 47-yard line of the Raiders. Tim Brown, the running back. Johnson, the quarterback. He gives to Brown. Brown stutters steps and makes it back to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down. Kylan Shelton, Jamarcus Johnson, Keon Stallings, Cohen Liggins, all there around the stop. It's going to be no gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Another chance for a Raider defensive stop here in the first quarter. 3:54 to play in the first quarter. Raiders up 14-0 over Blytheville.
This Blytheville run game is just getting snuffed tonight by this Raider defensive line. They're seeing it early and they're seeing it quick.
3rd down and 7. Ball on the Raider 47. Definite passing down here, and they're going to pass. Actually, it's a draw. They give it to Smith, and Smith battling for the first down. He stopped short. Outstanding open field tackle by Nigel Bell. He came up from that safety position, and he stopped him short of the first down by a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Another outstanding open field tackle by this Raider defense.
Nigel Bell is looking great. He can type of guy to play both sides of the ball if he needs to, and
yep.
A great tackle. Great defender.
We wish Kamarion Davis a speedy recovery from his injury. I know the Raiders miss him tonight. 4th down and 2, they're going to go for it. 4th and 2, they're going for it. Watch the hard count, fellas. And they give it to Brown up the middle. He has the first down. He's brought down by Cohen Liggins and A.D. Blackburn, but not before he gains 5 or 6 yards, and that's plenty enough for a first down. So Blytheville's first down of the game comes with 2:47 remaining in the first quarter. They're trailing the Raiders 14-0. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws on the Raider 34.
Tim Brown is showing he's going to be a threat tonight, and you can't count out Tim Brown.
Yeah, he's an all-state running back, rushed for 1,500 yards last season. He's in the backfield again. Starting running back was Ingram Battles. Let me tell you, they've got some weapons. Johnson, the quarterback, he's going to run it himself, left side. He's got some blockers. He's got the first down. He's brought down out of bounds at about the Nettleton 18-yard line. That's just a designed quarterback run right there, and a good one. 1st and 10 to Blytheville from the Raider 18. He went out of bounds. It stopped the clock with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter. Blytheville, they trail by 14. Nettleton 14, Blytheville 0. That's your score. And Blytheville trying to score here in the waning moments of the first quarter. First and 10, Chickasaws on the 18. Johnson and Tim Brown in the backfield for the Chickasaws. Going to be another quarterback keeper. Exact same play. This time he's tripped up. Outstanding tackle by Cohen Liggins. Shoestring tackle. He got him behind the line of scrimmage. He was able to fall forward for a little bit of a positive gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Chickasaws on the 17. Jacob, I think you agree with me. Cohen Liggins made a fine play right there.
He sure did. That's why that guy leads us in tackles this year. Cohen Liggins is a dog.
He's a junior. Started last year as a sophomore. Well, he is always around the ball. Very intelligent linebacker. Gotten bigger over the offseason. He is going to be a force for the next couple of years for the Raiders. 2nd down and 9 for the Chickasaws. Ball on the Raiders 17. Johnson and Brown in the backfield for Blytheville. The quarterback drops back looking to pass. Now he's going to run it, and he's going to make a touchdown. Into the end zone. It's a touchdown by Johnson. And 17-yard run, Blytheville on the board.
That was a good quarterback keeper there. He just had the right hole at the right time. He hit it hard and hit the end zone. Makes it 14-6 with 1:20 left. Looks like Blytheville might be going for 2.
All right, now, according to my roster, the quarterback is Travion Anderson, number 4. They are going for 2. It's a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by the Raiders. Nigel Bell with the fumble recovery. The 2-point conversion is no good. With 1:20 remaining in the first quarter, your score is now Nettleton 14, Blytheville 6. Back in 30 seconds, some more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Homeowners and DIYers, it's the biggest event of the year at Home Outlet from September 11th through 23rd, where you can buy now and save more store-wide. Outdated bathroom, upgrade your vanity top, and get a faucet free. Dreaming of a new kitchen? Your favorite sinks are free with a qualifying purchase. Buy any door and get a free handle set. Plus, dozens of other money-saving deals September 11th through 23rd. Visit Home Outlet at 2016 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field, Blytheville, Arkansas. A raucous crowd having a big time at the At the old football game tonight, with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter, your score is Nettleton 14, Blytheville 6. Craig Miller, Jacob Linderman high atop the field in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. NEA Baptist is healthcare for the next century. What a wonderful hospital, a great group of doctors and medical professionals. It's a squib kick fielded by Nettleton's number 17. That's Caleb Tedder. Teddy picked it up and advanced it to the 44-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10.
That's the type of guy you want the ball in the hands of. Teddy,
yep.
He completely evaded one tackle and still got some yards. Attaboy, Teddy.
Love it. Caleb Tedder, he's a workhorse, man. He's the tight end for the Raiders, 2-year starter, started for last year's team as well. If you need him to block, he'll block. If you need him to go out for a pass, catch some tough yardage, he'll do that for you as well. They give to Harrell. Harrell running right side across the 50-yard line. That's a gain of about 7. 2nd down and 3 into Blytheville territory. Xavier Harrell running the ball tough tonight.
He sure is. He's a tough runner. Great job, Xavier Harrell. Keep pounding the inside zone. Good job, Raider offensive line. The guys that don't get a lot of credit, but they're doing the job tonight.
No doubt about it. Shout out to the O-line. Zach Davis, the right side of the line. They give to Harrell once again. He is hammered this time, but falls forward. Short gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Xavier Harrell has 2 touchdowns. Nettleton leads 14-6 with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be 3rd down for the Raiders. 3rd down and 2. We might get one more play in before the end of the first quarter. Or the Raiders may be content just to let the clock roll down. Let's see what they decide to do. The playmaker, Curtis Smith, is in at quarterback. Xavier Harrell on his left side. That's the Donkey Kong package. They got it in there and got a lot of big bodies on the line. 2 tight ends set. And they are crammed in. Nobody out wide. And as I thought, they let the clock roll down all the way to 0. The end of the first quarter, your score, Nettleton 14, Blytheville 6. Back in 60 seconds, more Raider football on NTV and the AB Sports Network.
Play It Again Sports wants to pay you money. Now that I have your attention, Play It Again Sports in Jonesboro wants to buy your used sports equipment. You heard me right. If you have something that's either outgrown or no longer being used, bring it to Play It Again Sports now. They're looking for youth and adult baseball and softball equipment, golf, weights and workout equipment, disc golf, you name it, Play It Again Sports can turn it into cash for you. Go by Play It Again Sports at the corner of Highland and Caraway in Jonesboro.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
And we welcome you back, Raider Field, second quarter. The first play is a big run by the playmaker, Curtis Smith. Blytheville bid on the fake. They hammered Xavier Harrell. Harrell didn't have the ball, and the playmaker runs it down inside the 30-yard line of the Chickasaws. Big first down for the Raiders.
They had me fooled there. I mean, I thought Xavier Harrell just got leveled, and then I see Cortez and the play keep going. What a fake by the Raiders. They had that colored commentator confused.
Yes, we apologize for not getting you back in time to hear that play, but boy, it was a dandy. Blytheville calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. A 30-second break. 11:46 remaining in the first quarter. Your score, Nettleton 14, Blytheville 6. Back in 30. Raider football on the AB Sports Network.
Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
11:46 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 14-6 here at Haley Field. Craig Miller, Jacob Linderman in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. The Mad Dog, Maddox Sampson with Xavier Harrell, who has scored 2 touchdowns already tonight. They have it 1st and 10 on the Chickasaw 28-yard line. Nettleton looking to go up here in the second quarter. The flag is thrown, and it's going to be false start against Nettleton. So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st down and 15. First penalty of the game against the Raiders. Been a clean game until this point. They went through the whole first quarter without scoring. Every offensive drive the Raiders have had, they've put the ball in the end zone. 2 impressive drives against this very good Blytheville defense. They give to Xavier Harrell. Xavier running left side, and he has got a positive gain of at least 5. It's going to be down to the original line of scrimmage where it will be 2nd down and 10.
Xavier Harrell is just doing an outstanding job tonight. One of our better running backs right now tonight. Doing a great job.
Yeah, Ian Landrum and Jerry Hudgens over there on that left side of the line opened up a big hole for him right there, and he got a gain of 5 yards. So 11:16 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 14-6. Maddox Sampson, the quarterback. Xavier Harrell, the running back. In motion is Q Thompson. He gives it to Xavier Harrell, running right up the middle, right behind Big Zach Davis. Lumbers forward to the 19-yard line, just short of the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Another big run by Xavier Harrell.
What a tank Xavier Harrell is. I know I said that a lot tonight, but each time I mean it. My gosh, what a run by the sophomore.
So with it 3rd down and 1 inside the red zone of the Chickasaws, ball marked at the 19-yard line. They're bringing out their heavy package. They might call it King Kong. I call it Donkey Kong. Curtis Smith, the playmaker, he gives to Kylan Shelton. Kylan Shelton dances his way forward. He's got the 1st down to the 15-yard line, and Kylan Shelton gets his first touch of the year as running back. Let me tell you something. He can go. He gets the 1st down. 1st and 10 Raiders at the 15 of the Chickasaws.
Kylan sure can go, and Kylan with a great run. He's always been good to hit the hole, and he sure did right there.
Shelton and Caleb Tedder in the backfield with Maddox Sampson. Maddox Sampson directing traffic. He's got the playmaker spread out wide right. He gives to Kylan Shelton. Kylan tries to cut, loses his footing, and he falls down at the 11-yard line. Gets some positive yardage. Could have been more if he had not have slipped on the turf. As it is, it's a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders.
Sometimes in life that turf monster will get you, and it sure did right there.
The Raiders can get a 1st down. The 1st down marker is at the Chickasaw 5. The Raiders lead 14-6 here in the early part of the second quarter. Curtis Smith in at quarterback. Heavy on the right side. He's running left. Now changes direction, bulls his way forward. He's inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be marked at about the 7, it looks like. Short of the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Raiders. Maybe 3rd and 3. It's a long way away. It's kind of difficult for the old TMC's eyes to see. We'll call it 3rd down and 3 for the Raiders. Ball on the 8-yard line. Curtis Smith and Xavier Harrell in the backfield. A couple of good options there. They give the Curtis Smith keeps it, runs left side into the end zone. The playmaker with a touchdown.
And no flag Curtis there. He got a little bit of celebratory. And as Coach Primetime say, when you're up by something, you can do your dance. And I'm with Curtis there. He did his dance. Attaboy Curtis, good run. Good hole hitting. Curtis with a great touchdown. Makes it 20-6. Now Mason Wan for the Mason Wan PAT.
Yeah, Curtis Smith was doing a little bit of dancing, and the referee says there ain't going to be no dancing. They threw the flag. A little unsportsmanlike celebration according to the referees, and it will be, I'm sure, assessed on the kickoff. Nettleton will probably have to kick off from 15 yards further back. I suppose that's how it's going to happen. But the good news is Curtis scored a touchdown on a 7-yard run before he got flagged for the excessive celebration. He was breaking it down. He was getting funky like a monkey, as Dusty Rhodes might say.
He was hitting that mug for real, though.
No doubt about it.
Blake would say that cousin was hitting it for real.
It was time dance. Mason Wan on to kick the PAT. What a run Mason Wan has been on. 8 straight at least PATs. Now let's hope that the OTMC has not jinxed him. Nettleton's lead will be 21-6 if this kick is good. It's up and it is good. Mason Wan drills the PAT. Man, he's had a great season. With 8:56 remaining in the second quarter, your scores now: Nettleton 21, Blytheville 6. Back in 30th, more Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
21-6, Nettleton with the lead over Blytheville with 8:56 to play in the second quarter. They did assess the excessive dancing penalty against the Raiders on the kickoff, and so Nettleton, instead of kicking off from the 40, they're kicking off from the 25-yard line. So Blytheville has a chance to have some pretty good field position here. Usually Nettleton's been kicking it short anyway. They kick it short this time. Blytheville's going to have the ball starting in Nettleton territory. One squibs it, and it's fielded at about the 50-yard line. Oh, hammered by number 44, Cohen Liggins, with the big lick at about the 45. Cohen Liggins said, "How do you do, Mrs. Wiley?" And he stopped that return promptly. Blytheville will have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 45. They're still working with the short field, and partially due to the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the last Raider touchdown.
But you know what Mama says? It bees that way sometimes.
I've heard Mama say that. I sure have. Raiders defense lining up, hoping for another stop. Blytheville starting this drive inside of 4-down territory, I would say. So see if we can't get some tackles for losses here. The Chickasaw quarterback dropping straight back, looking to throw. It is complete, actually in and out of the hands, incomplete. And passes intended for number 12, Michael Terry. The quarterback is Travion Anderson, according to the roster here. But the intended for Michael Terry, and he just was not able to haul it in. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
And the Black Hole tonight is chanting Butterfingers after that drop. They might be right.
Blytheville going to a huddle. They break the huddle. Like to see that. It's one thing I miss about modern football is the old huddle. Blytheville huddling up. Now then they line up. 3 receivers to the right. Quarterback back looking to pass deep. It is intended and incomplete, intended on the near sideline to number 1, Tyron Walker, Magnum BA, Brandon Alexander, and on the defense. Correction, that's
Isaac Black.
Yep, Isaac Black. Forgive me, Isaac Black, and on the defense, as well as Kylan Goodlow. Good job by those guys. You got to remember the OTMC's eyes is getting kind of dim in his old age. My bad, Isaac. Isaac Black had a heck of a game. Good coverage by Isaac. 3rd down and 10 for the Chickasaws. They're rolling out right. They're going to pass again. Now he changes direction, running left of the to the hash mark, out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That's a gain of about 7. It's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Chickasaws. As we said, they're in 4-down territory. They're definitely going to go for it here. 4th down and 3 for Blytheville. Time for another stop by this Raider defensive front, Jacob.
We're sure hoping it up here in this box. That big defensive line, Caden Newson, Jamarcus Johnson, and Keon Stallings, they've been wreaking havoc. I think they can do something right here real big.
4th down and 3. Blytheville going for it. The ball inside the Nettleton 37-yard line. Under center is their quarterback. He gives to the running back, battles. He's got the 1st down, fighting his way forward. He's still on his feet, breaks some tackles, heading to the end zone. He's going to make it. It's a touchdown at Blytheville, a 37-yard touchdown run by Ingram Battles.
What a run by the running back there. Battles, he hit a hole, and then he just kept going. 2 or 3 Raiders had a hold of him at one time, and he battled through it. Name says it all. Good job, Ingram Battles, making it 37 yards to the house. Makes it 21-12.
Very good run. And, Jacob, we're going to have ourselves a shootout here. If you picked up on that, both of these offenses are high-powered. And that was just a great job of battling there by Ingram Battles. They're going for 2. That'll make the score 21-14 if they get it. Quarterback gives to Tim Brown right up the middle, and he's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. And with 8:17 to play in the second quarter, your score is now Nettleton 21 and Blytheville 14. Back in 30, more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
8:17 to play in the second quarter. Your score is Nettleton 21, Blytheville 14. We apologize to those who are watching on YouTube. We realize our stream has been kind of spotty tonight. We are working off of our hotspot as there is no internet for us to connect to up here. So we're doing the best we can to bring this game to you. So far, it's been a shootout. Nettleton 21, Blytheville 14. Blytheville to kick off. It is going to make it back to the playmaker. Curtis Smith picks it up at the 18, and he is hit by several maroon jerseys, but not before he gets to the 25-yard line. That's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. Pretty risky move, I think, by Blytheville, kicking it to the playmaker.
It sure is, and it's in his name, the playmaker. He's going to make a play no matter what the situation is.
It's his senior year, and he's not playing nice at all. 8:12 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 21-14. They start this drive, the 4th drive of the game for the offense of the Raiders, at their own 25. All 3 drives the Raiders have had offensively, they have scored touchdowns. Xavier Harrell in the backfield with Maddox Sampson. Xavier has 2 touchdowns on the night. He gives to Xavier Harrell, running left side. He's wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him forward progress to the 26-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Nettleton.
And not a bad run by Harrell. He just got met by a lot of Chickasaws. The hole collapsed quickly. They read that play right out. They know we like to run the ball.
So 2nd down and 9 for Nettleton. Ball on their own 26-yard line. Maddox Sampson in the shotgun. Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. 2 receivers spread out to the left, 2 receivers spread out wide to the right. Twins left, twins right. Maddox is going to pass. Throwing near sideline. It is complete to the playmaker. Very nice catch by Curtis Smith as those big hands of the playmaker wrapped around the pigskin. It's a 1st down for the Raiders. Ball will be marked on the Blytheville 42-yard line. Good throw by Maddox and a great catch by the playmaker.
Playmaker did a good job on that corner route, filing the ball quickly. Good job, playmaker.
Nettleton's ready to roll, but the chain gang is not. They get the play off anyway. Give to Xavier Harrell. He's running left side. Good positive yardage by Xavier Harrell. He's down to the 36-yard line of the Chickasaws. That's going to be a gain of at least 5. We'll call it 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. Maybe 2nd down and 4, but it's a good yardage by the sophomore running back Xavier Harrell.
Big timeout.
Timeout. I believe the Raiders elected to take a timeout. We'll take it with them with 6:39 to play in the second quarter. Craig Miller, Jacob Linderman in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century. Your score, Nettleton 21, Blytheville 14, back in 30. Raider football on the NTV and the EAB Sports Network. EAB Sports Network.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
6:39 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 21-14. It's going to be second down and 4 for the Raiders, and that's going to be offsides against Blytheville. That should give Nettleton enough yardage for a first down after the 5-yard penalty, and it does. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders. Ball will be marked at should be marked at the 31-yard line of the Chickasaws.
That's a good hard count by that Raider offense. They love that play. They run it pretty often. Good job, Raiders, for staying still.
Hampton has 2 backs in the backfield with him, Curtis Smith and Xavier Harrell. Now Curtis Smith goes in motion. Mad Dog throws, is incomplete, intended for Q Thompson. He was double covered there. Good job by Ingram Battles and number 27. I don't have his name on this roster, and so it's going to be incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders.
Maddox Hampton just tried to get that ball out of there. He saw a good rush coming. He didn't want to get sacked. Not a bad pass in that type of predicament, just not there this time.
He was in a tight spot. 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. Spreading out wide right is the playmaker, Xavier Harrell, on the left hip of the quarterback, Maddox Hampton, who's in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers spread out wide to the left. Mad Dog looks to the sideline. His Raiders have a 21-14 over Blytheville here in the second quarter. Gives to Xavier Harrell, running right side, bounces out right. He's wrapped up, fighting forward, and he is tackled right about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Raiders. No gain on the play.
Blytheville's not allowing much more run tonight. They are not liking Xavier Harrell pounding the ball through the zone.
Now Maddox Hampton in an empty backfield. Definite passing down, 3rd and 10. 6:05 remaining in the second quarter. 2 receivers spread to the right, 3 to the left. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, all by himself in the backfield. Drops straight back, looking to pass. Now he's under pressure, throws right side. It is over the head of the intended receiver, which I believe was the electrifying Taylor Smith. Actually, it's Nigel Bell, who the intended receiver. Incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for Nettleton. Now the ball is on the 31-yard line of the Chickasaws. This is what you call 4-down territory. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's 4th and 10 on the 31. Nettleton again with what looks to be a passing friendly formation. 2 receivers to the left, 3 spread out wide to the right, including the electrifying Taylor Smith looking for his first varsity reception. Mad Dog dropping straight back, looking to his right. Intended for the electrifying Taylor Smith. It's incomplete, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Chickasaws. That's the first time that the Raider offense has come up empty in this shootout of a high school football game.
That just wasn't the ball that the Raiders needed there. Hoping for a 1st and 10, just did not get it. The Raider defense is going to crack some schools here. I think they got a stop going.
Let's hope they got one in their system right here. As Blytheville, they score here, they could potentially tie this game. 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws on their own 31 after the turnover on downs. Nettleton leads 21-14, 5:43 to play in the second quarter. Alexander, the quarterback, gives to number 24, stutter steps, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Keon Stallings in on the stop for the Raiders. Kylan Shelton also in on the stop. It looked like the sophomore linebacker Damon Coleman had his nose in there as well. That's going to be a short loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Number 24 wanted to dance, but the Raider defense wanted to tango, and they stopped him short.
2nd down and 11 for the Chickasaws after the tackle for a loss by the Raider defensive line and linebacking crew. Alexander, the quarterback, gives to number 24. He is tackled by Cohen Liggins. Cohen wrapped him up at about the 35-yard line, falls forward to the 36. That's where the referees are going to mark it. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Chickasaws.
Cohen Liggins came in tough there, just held on. What a tackle by Cohen Liggins.
He's leading the team in tackles and showed why on that play. Good job there by Cohen. So 3rd down and we'll call it 3rd and 4 for the Chickasaws. They're dropping back to pass. Pass is complete across the 35-yard line. He's got the 1st down. That's Tyron Walker, the intended receiver. 1st down for Blytheville.
Good job, Brandon Alexander, breaking down and putting him out of bounds. Just not before he get that 1st down.
Timeout on the field is called by the Raiders. We'll take it with them, a 30-second break. With 4:26 to play in the second quarter, your scores Nettleton 21, Blytheville 14. Back in 30 with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Pico Foods says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
4:26 to play in the first half. Your score is Nettleton 21, Blytheville 14. Blytheville has the ball on their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Blytheville will receive the kickoff in the 3rd quarter. So Nettleton, it would behoove us to stop them here. Running left side. It's positive yardage across the 50. Made a couple of Nettleton Raider tackles miss. That's number 2, Tim Brown, the All-State running back. He is inside the Raider 30-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws at the 29 after a big 20-yard gain by the All-State Tim Brown. We have a Raider who's a little bit shaken up. That's Jamarcus Johnson. Let's hope Jamarcus is all right. He's one of the great defensive linemen for the Raiders. 4:17 to play in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Your score is 21-14. Nettleton with a 7-point lead over Blytheville. Back in 30 with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people, this is home. Apply online at fnbank.net/mortgage. From our family to yours, welcome home. First National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Haley Field, where with 4:17 remaining in the second quarter, Nettleton has a 21-14 lead over Blytheville. We have an injured Raider down on the field, Jamarcus Johnson. He's being attended to by the staff at from St. Bernard Sports Medicine. Nick, our head trainer here at Nettleton, is working on, looks like his left leg, right around his knee. He's working on him, and let's hope that it doesn't look to be a serious injury. In fact, they're picking him up right now, and he's going to walk off the field on his own power. And that's good news. So he might have just landed on the turf a little hard on his knee, maybe a little bit of a stinger. Not really sure what exactly went on there, but Jamarcus is up. Excuse me, and he is walking on his own power over to the sideline. Craig Miller and Jacob Linderman here high atop the field in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Healthcare for the next century. Hang around for our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. We have a very special guest for the halftime show. Jacob Linderman is going to be our guest.
I feel like he might already be in the booth.
I think he is.
He's a good guy.
NEA Baptist Healthcare for the next century. 1st and 10, Blytheville. They whistle it. We're ready to play. 1st and 10 on the Raider 29-yard line. Alexander drops straight back. He's going to throw into the end zone. It is incomplete. incomplete, knocked away by Brandon Alexander. It was intended for Tyron Walker. Good defense over there by the New Age Magnum BA, Brandon Alexander.
He just said, "Not in my house today" to Anderson, and what coverage by Brandon Alexander. B3, great student in the classroom, great friend, great defensive back.
Yeah, good young man. He's a valuable piece on that Nettleton Raider basketball team as well. He got some valuable minutes last year.
He's a hard defender
Yep.
on the courts and on the field.
Yep, he is. He's a senior, and he's a good hand. 2nd down and 10 for the Chickasaws on the Raider 29. Alexander under center. Gives to, actually it's a bootleg out wide to the left, and he's got some positive yardage down to the 20-yard line before he is knocked out of bounds by Damon Coleman, the sophomore linebacker. It's going to be a gain of 9 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Blytheville inside the Nettleton 20. Ball spotted right on the 20, actually.
That's a good bootleg run there. Anderson, he's a great all-around quarterback for this Blytheville team. Really athletic and a good key piece for this Blytheville team.
So 3rd down and 1 for Blytheville. Ball on the Nettleton 20. 4:03 to play in the 2nd quarter. Nettleton leads 21-14. Shotgun formation. Alexander, it's going to be a tackle for a loss as the running back lost his footing. Keon Stallings was there to make the stop. Also in on the stop for Nettleton in the backfield was Demarion Jackson. Loss of several yards. Instead of, it was 3rd and 1. Now it's a loss of 4 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 5 for Blytheville. Big break for the Raiders right there. We'll see if we can't capitalize on this big 4th down play. 4th and 5 for Blytheville. The ball on the Raider 24-yard line. They break the huddle, trot up to the line of scrimmage, shotgun formation, spread formation. 3 receivers spread out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback dropping back, looking to pass. Now he rolls to his right, still looking downfield. Damon Coleman grabs him, throws him out of bounds. Big-time play by the sophomore linebacker, Damon Coleman. He was angling for that 1st down over there. Damon Coleman said, "Not today, not on my watch." Big-time play by the sophomore linebacker. And Nettleton, with a turnover on downs, will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line with 3:08 to play here in the 2nd quarter.
I think it's safe to say Coleman told him to come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Somewhere up in heaven, my good friend Mitch Behringer is looking down and smiling. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They got 3:08 to drive 77 yards, if my math is correct. They give to Xavier Harrell. That's a good start. Oh, boy, he is upended after a gain of about 3. Nice tackle over there by Tyron Walker. Nettleton, he looked like he was on his way for a big gain. Tyron Walker with a good open field tackle. It's a gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. Ball marked on their own 27-yard line.
That's a good stop on that sideline by Walker. I was ready for a house call, but Walker snuffed that one out. Good job, Tyron Walker, but good run by Harrell.
2:40 to play. Nettleton does not have any timeouts. We're in the 2nd quarter. Nettleton leads 21-14. Blytheville will receive the kickoff in the 2nd half. This would be a good time for a nice, about a 2-minute drive to the end zone for the Raiders. Maddox Sampton in the backfield. He gives to Xavier Harrell, running left side. He's got the 1st down and then some. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. At the 30. Brought down from behind about the 21-yard line. Big-time run by Xavier Harrell. Woo, mercy.
Xavier Harrell is not playing nice tonight. What a run by Harrell. I thought he was going to break one loose, but these Chickasaws chased him down, but what a run.
I'm trying to do the math in my head. That's about a 50-yard run there by Xavier. And Nettleton has the ball 1st and 10 inside the red zone of the Chickasaws. It's a long way from the broadcast position. There is a flag on the field over on the far sideline. Not sure exactly what that is. The man in the white hat talking it over with another official, and he's going to tell us in just a second. But there is a flag that's thrown over by the Raider sideline, and let's see what the indication is. It's a sideline warning against the Raiders. Usually they'll give you one sideline warning, and the next time they throw the flag, it'll be a penalty. This time it's just a warning. No yardage marked off against the Raiders. So Nettleton will have it 1st and 10 on the Chickasaw 16-yard line. 2:09 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 21-14 over Blytheville, who does have 2 timeouts remaining. Maddox Sampson in a loaded backfield. He's got Xavier Harrell and Curtis Smith in the backfield with him. Curtis Smith in motion. He gives to Xavier Harrell. Flag is down. That's going to be offsides against Blytheville. That'll help. That'll help. So instead of 1st and 10 at the 16, it's going to be 1st down and 5 on the Chickasaw 11. 2:04 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton leading 21-14. Raiders back at it. Maddox Sampson from the gun. Gives to Xavier Harrell. Bounces out left side. He is hit at the 8-yard line. He's tackled by number 24. I don't have his number. Apologize to that. Sounded like we got the Nature Boy Ric Flair calling PA. Did you hear that, Jacob?
I heard them.
Woo! Woo! Glad the Nature Boy's in the house tonight. Always good to see Ric Flair. 2nd down and 3 for the Raiders. The ball on the 9-yard line of the Chickasaws. Clock is at 1:36, and it is ticking. Nettleton trying their best to score and not leave this potent Chickasaw offense any time to get points on the board themselves. Gives to Xavier Harrell, running left side. Fumble on the play at the 1-yard line. And I don't know who's got it, folks. It looks like the Raiders have recovered. Yes, Raiders have recovered. I wasn't able to tell who got the fumble recovery. Xavier Harrell, he was like a yard away from the end zone, coughed it up on the 2-yard line. It was recovered by the Raiders. I apologize. I wasn't able to see who made the fumble recovery. Big-time play, though, and it's going to be 1st down and goal to go from the 2 for the Raiders. Curtis Smith, the quarterback, he's running left side, and it's a wide-open lane to the end zone. The playmaker trots in for another touchdown. The Raiders up 27-14.
Raiders are cooking. What a touchdown run by Cortez. Xavier Harrell set him up real well with that 50-yard carry. Good job, Cortez Smith. And the black hole is chanting, who's got that Raider pride? Well, we got that Raider pride.
Hey, you darn right we do. Raider pride is justified. 57 seconds remaining on the clock in the second quarter. Nettleton up 27-14. And Mason Wan on for the PAT. Caleb Tedder on the hold. Clark Phillips the snap. Everything is good, but the play was whistled dead beforehand. It's going to be offsides against Blytheville. I think that's a dead ball foul. They're going to make him kick it again. I don't think that's one that they can decline. It'd be nice if they would. I'm sure that's what Coach Hampton is over there asking them about. Is that not one we can decline and just take the result of the play, which would be a good PAT? But I think they're going to go half the distance to the goal, and they're not even doing that right now. The ball still is there on the 3-yard line. So Mason Wan will just have to do it again. 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Raiders up 27-14. Mason Wan, man, he's good. The kick is up and good. And with 57 seconds remaining in the first half, the score is Nettleton 28, Blytheville 14. Back in 30 seconds. And hey, hold on just a second. Back in 30 seconds, I believe. Do we have another flag? Personal foul against Blytheville. Let's go ahead and go to break. 28-14 Raiders, 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Back in 30, Raider football on the NTV EAB Sports Network.
When a clinic sends a referral for your specialty services, you have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your healthcare provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
We welcome you back to Haley Field, where Nettleton has a 2-touchdown lead over Blytheville, 28-14. 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Nettleton has led the whole game. They scored on their opening possession. They led 14-0 in the first quarter. Blytheville scored with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. And here in the second quarter, Nettleton has scored 2 touchdowns to Blytheville's 1, 28-14 the score. 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Mason Wan on to kick. That young man is perfect 4 for 4 in PATs after going a perfect 6 for 6 last week.
That's 10 in a row.
After the penalty, the ball is on the 45-yard line of the Chickasaws, so he should kick it deep, and he does. It's fielded at the 5-yard line, fumbled. They pick it up, and the Raiders will make the tackle down around the 13-yard line. A good job by that Raider kickoff return, and there is a flag on the play down there. In on the stop for Nettleton, among others, was Jordan Simmons. I believe that flag is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Blytheville. Let's see what they call. 49 seconds to play in the second quarter. Nettleton up 28-14. And the man in the white hat looking our way. It's going to be personal foul against the Chickasaws. That will back them up half the distance to the goal. And so Blytheville's going to have to drive 90-some-odd yards with 49 seconds if they're going to pull within a touchdown here at the end of the second half. The ball is laying down on the field at the 13-yard line. One ball is. They throw it over to the sideline, and they mark it at about the 6.5-yard line. There's actually not a 6.5-yard line, but between the 6 and the 7-yard line. That's where Blytheville will take over 1st and 10 with 49 seconds to play in the second quarter. Let's see if maybe the Raiders can't get a turnover and another score here, Jacob. They lead by 14 late in the first half. Passes. It is incomplete, almost intercepted by Nigel Bell, who's done a good job in his first game as safety. Intended for Tyron Walker, in and out of his hands, and almost picked off by Nigel Bell. And for the record, Jacob, I did tell Nigel today at school that I request a pick 6 from the big man.
Last week I asked Cortez for 5 touchdowns. Hopefully we'll get both of those tonight.
No doubt. Cortez has got a couple of touchdowns. So does Xavier Harrell. And they're going to pass again. They got him hemmed up inside the 5. He rolls out. The pass is complete. Little shovel pass. And number 22 battles. He's going to be tackled out of bounds, which should stop the clock at the 22-yard line. Unfortunately, the Raiders knocked him out of bounds on the tackle. That should stop the clock with 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Blytheville's not content just to go in 14. I mean, they're going to try to score here. They got the ball. They're going to receive the kickoff in the third quarter. Nettleton up 28-14. They like to cut that lead to 7 points before the second half. Straight back, the quarterback, Alexander, plenty of time to throw. Now he's under pressure. He's rolling to his right, and he's going to tuck it and run. He high steps Deion Sanders style and gets out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. We got a injured Raider down. We'll take a 30-second break. With 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter, it's 28-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. More Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here. Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. The Raiders leading this game 28-14 with 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Blytheville, however, they're not going down quietly. They are driving down the field. They started this drive on their own 7-yard line. The ball right now is on their own 44-yard line. And Blytheville with a little momentum going into the halftime break. They got 25 seconds to cover about 56 yards. We do have an injured Raider down on the field. And Jacob, maybe you're able to see his number.
I believe that might be Caden Newsom.
Yeah, that's big number 68, Caden Newsom. Actually, yes, Caden. It's Cameron Lewis Speed. That's who that is, Cameron Lewis Speed.
Big sophomore D lineman.
Yeah, and he is up, walking under his own power. Just a little shaken up. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws. Ball on their own 44-yard line. They do have 2 timeouts to work with. So far, they've been able to find the sidelines. A couple of big-time plays. 25 seconds remaining for Blytheville. This high-octane offense, they've got enough time to stick it into the end zone. Ball on their own 43. Heavy rush. The pass is incomplete, intended for number 6, Nadarius Wilson. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. 4 seconds off the clock on that play. There's 21 seconds remaining. In the second quarter. The incomplete pass stopped the clock at 21 seconds, and now Blytheville 2nd and 10 on their own 44-yard line. Looking to his left, the pass is complete to number 1. He's across the 50-yard line, shoved out of bounds at the 42-yard line of the Raiders. That play took 7 seconds off the clock. There's 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 14 seconds, 42 yards for the Chickasaws to go.
This Blytheville offense is not going down without a fight before halftime.
No doubt about it. They got a good team. They got a good team, and, boy, they have a desire to win. 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Nettleton up 28-14. The quarterback is going to run it. He's hit in the backfield by A.D. Blackburn. A.D. wrestles him down, gets an assist from Keon Stallings, and 7 seconds remaining. Blytheville takes a timeout. 28-14. The Raiders up by 14 here in the waning seconds of the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds, some more Raider football on the NTV EAB Sports Network.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, finally a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. Craig Miller, Jacob Linderman here in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Healthcare for the next century. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Nettleton up 28-14. Blytheville has it on the Raider 42-yard line. 2nd down and 14. They got time for one more play. It's a fumbled snap. Quarterback scrambling. Clock is hitting 0. He's still on his feet, nearly tackled, and he is going to be run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. I believe that is Nettleton's number 25, Q Hollis, who runs him out of bounds, and that's the end of the first half. Whew, Nettleton escapes the first half with a 14-point lead, 28-14. We will take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we will have the halftime show, the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. Hey, during the break, why don't you check out Kavanaugh's entire selection of new and pre-owned inventory at KavanaughCars.com, and tune in later tonight to the Ticket Radio Network for the Friday Night Light Scoreboard Show, presented by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Will Oswalt will have a full recap of everything going on across the area and across the state. That's the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. Is coming up in 5 minutes. At the half, the Raiders lead 28-14. Back in 5, Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Hey, dude, you won't believe it. We sold our house and we made a fortune.
No way. How'd you find out it was worth that much?
We used this awesome website, arhomevalue.com. It was a game changer. It's brought to you by Dustin White Realty. They know their stuff. Plus, arhomevalue.com is quick and easy to use.
Don't miss out on getting top dollar for your home. Go to arhomevalue.com today. Brought to you by Dustin White Realty. Top dollar for your home sale is just a click away.
It's a mix and match special now at all
Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any two for $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The Mix and Match Special with any two for only $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
Hello, I'm estate planning and elder law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Hi, this is Bob Moore with Moore Air Conditioning. AC issues in the summer interrupt your life in more ways than one. We're here to help. When you need your air conditioning repaired, you need it fast. Get Moore Assurance with the Moore same-day guarantee. We'll send a licensed, trained, and background check technician to your home the same day you call, or you don't pay a service fee. That's the Moore Assurance guarantee. Creating comfort one home at a time. 870-336-2023.
You deserve more. Don't settle for less.
Having trouble getting the trailer you need? Silverline Trailers, the largest trailer retailer in the USA, has the perfect solution for you. Guaranteed approval. No credit check required. Get the quality trailer you need at a price you can afford. With over 3,500 trailers available and more coming in daily, we'll find the perfect trailer for you. And at Silverline, we're always looking to hire good people. Visit our website, silverlinetrailer.com, for a location near you. You can stop by our Jonesboro location today at 3711 Stadium Boulevard or call 870-203-0000. Silverline Trailers, your trusted trailer retailer.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Bear does it all for you.
You love your truck, and Plaza Tire Service is here to help you make it even better with custom wheels, leveling kits, and the area's best selection of light truck tires, ATs, mud tires, and RTs up to 35s and bigger. Plaza Tire Service has the tires you want in stock today, and we'll help you select a great combination that gets your truck exactly the way you want it. In Jonesboro and South Caraway, and now at our newest location on East Johnson Avenue. The biggest selection, the best service, and the lowest prices on light truck tires are at Plaza Tire Service.
Hey there, Northeast Arkansas. This is John Moore of Arkansas Superstore on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Here to tell you that we're flipping the script on car buying. Don't stand for bait and switch tactics.
That's holding.
We believe in transparency and trust. You deserve the car you want with a payment much lower than your rent. Arkansas Superstore is here to make sense of it all for you. Come over and find your dream ride. You're approved. When the banks say no, I say yes. Visit us today at 11580 Highway 49 North in Brooklyn or online at arkansassuperstore.com.
What started with our grandfather and continues in its fourth generation today, Glen Saint's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
And we welcome you back to the to Haley Field in Blytheville, where Nettleton has a 28-14 lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws. We'll give you a quick rundown on the game, and then we'll take another break, and then we'll have our halftime guest, Jacob Linderman, who is longtime NTV crew member. But we'll break down the game for you first of all. Nettleton leads 28-14 at half. Nettleton got the scoring started in the first quarter with a 3-yard touchdown run by Xavier Harrell with the Mason Wan PAT. That made the score 7-0 with 8:12 remaining in the first quarter. Xavier Harrell found the end zone again on a dynamic 18-yard run with 4:27 to play in the second quarter. That made the score 14-0 Raiders. Blytheville, however, even though they were down 14, they did not go quietly. They battled back, and they scored with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter on a 17-yard run by their quarterback, Travion Anderson, according to the roster that I have here. Travion Anderson is the quarterback's name. And that made the score 14-6. The two-point conversion attempt was no good. In the second quarter, the playmaker, Curtis Smith, scored 2 touchdowns for the Raiders. The first one came on a 7-yard run with 8:56 to play in the game. After the Mason won PAT, the score was 21-6. And then Blytheville, their outstanding running back, Ingram Battles. They got a couple of dandies, folks. Ingram Battles and number 2, Tim Brown, the all-state running back. But this was Ingram Battles who made the big play, a 37-yard touchdown run with 8:17 to play in the second quarter, brought the Chickasaws to within 7 points of the Raiders. The two-point conversion was good, a Tim Brown run. The Raiders took over and scored. They took over with about 4 minutes left, but a nice methodical drive, about a 77-yard drive. Nettleton puts the ball in the end zone. Curtis Smith, the playmaker, with a 2-yard run with 57 seconds remaining. And that, after the Mason won PAT, that made the score Nettleton 20. on the halftime show is the man. He does a lot of things in TV. Tonight he is serving as the color commentator. I'm talking about Jacob Linderman. He's putting on a different hat, going from color commentator to halftime guest. When you're Jacob Linderman, you can do that kind of thing.
That's what people have told me. I just try to stay humble. I love working with NTV. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Love it, man. Well, let's start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, about your family. Let's start there. Tell us a little bit about Jacob Linderman.
My name is Jacob Linderman. I'm 17. I'm a senior in high school. Looking to graduate with honors. That's the plan as of now. I'm committed to Arkansas State for nothing. Hell yes. My dad is Larry Linderman. He works for Land O'Lakes. My mom, her name's Christy Linderman. Let's not talk about what she does. She works. She's an educator.
Yes.
That's good, but
it really is.
She works at a school we must not name on a broadcast that's good.
And a wonderful couple who are very proud of their son. You have a sister who was a very well-decorated Lady Raider basketball player last year. Tell us about her.
Yes, Allie Linderman right now. Allie Linderman's at work. She works 7 to 7 at the hospital. She's a certified nursing assistant, but Allie Linderman was quite the shooter, and she actually learned all those moves from yours truly.
I've heard that. When you were calling play-by-play last year and for the Lady Raiders, I heard that you taught her everything she knows. That's very, very kind of you, man. Hey, how long have you, Jacob Linderman as our guest, Jacob, how long have you been a student at Nettleton?
I've gone here since kindergarten. I've always been a Raider. I always will be a Raider. When I die, I'll be Raider dead.
I like it. Raider born, Raider bred. When you die, you'll be Raider dead. I like it, man. Now, you mentioned your mom, and she teaches at another school in Craighead County, a school that the Raiders will be playing against in Week 9 of this. That's all we'll need to say. Does that cause problems at home that she teaches there and you go to school at Nettleton?
Well, not a whole lot, because she knows the superior school. I remind her pretty often. She loves Nettleton. Right now she's tuned into the broadcast because she's a big Raider at heart. I probably shouldn't say that on the air. I don't want to get her fired. But Valley View, they're stepping up their game as well. She's also watching that broadcast. She's a big Taylor Sedemeyer fan as well. I don't get how she enjoys that jabroni.
Taylor's a good dude for sure, and we're just kidding. We have friends over at Valley View, and we working a little bit hand in hand with them on our NTV crew. So, but we're sure proud of Christy Linderman and Larry, their son. Jacob is our halftime guest. All right, how did you get involved in Nettleton television?
Well, as a child, I grew up watching the broadcast because I didn't make every game, and I was like, man, that Craig Miller guy, he seems really cool. I was deceived. I'm just messing with the DMC. I grew up watching the broadcast, and my dad said, maybe one day you're going to call games with that guy. And boy, was he right. I'm here now. My media career started at Central Baptist. I ran camera for them since I was 7 or 8. I was really young. And
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I've always enjoyed cameras, media, broadcast. It's been a sweet spot of my life.
I love it. I see you up on the stage on Sunday mornings running the camera at Central Baptist and getting the podium set up for Brother Archie before he preaches. How did you get that gig? I know you're active at Nettleton Television, but you're also active in the media ministry of Central Baptist. How did you get that gig?
Well, growing up, my parents were in a life group with Brad Crawley, and that really helped me out there because Brad, he's a good hand, and he's always been a supporter of what I do, and I love working with him, and he always loves working with me. I just love Brad Crawley.
Awesome. He is a very good man. It's Jacob Linderman, our halftime guest. Now, you've done everything that a person can do on the NTV crew. Well, first of all, tell me, what's it like being a part of the NTV crew, traveling around, spreading Raider pride far and wide?
I compare it with winning maybe the Talladega 500 or the Daytona 500. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world, Makes you want to be excellent.
I love it.
And doing stuff like this, it's not only furthering my education, but it's showing me that I can work in media when I grow up. Even if that's not the path I take, it's always going to be somewhere I can fall back on.
Absolutely. And even if you don't, it's a good side hustle for you, man.
Sure is.
No doubt about it. Jacob Linderman, our guest. Now, let's give a shout out to the crew that's working with us tonight. We got Blake Isbell, who's directing. And let me tell you something, Blake is hustling tonight. We've had some technical difficulties, and the live stream team has been hit and miss. Blake he's back there. He's got like 3 or 4 things he's juggling. He's got an iPad. He's got a MacBook. He's got the hotspot. He's like literally got all 3 of them up in the air juggling, doing his best to bring the game to Raider Nation. We got C Money, Chris Schropel running a camera, and Isabella Devereaux running a camera as well. Shout out to all of those young people bringing the game. You've done everything. What's your favorite thing to do on the NTV crew?
Well, if I'm not up here in the booth doing color commentary, I like being on that field. It reminds me of back in my prime time when I used to play football, and then I got scouted out by the NTV crew, and it was a deal I could not pass down. Free Sonic every Friday. Are you kidding me? That's a deal.
And you get to hang out with the TMC.
I sure do, and that just sweetens the pot.
That's the best deal right there. Well, Jacob Linderman played football. You played football your sophomore year. In fact, strangely enough, here in the press box, we have got an old Nettleton roster that they've still got taped up on the wall. I taped that thing up 2 years ago, and it has a linebacker named Jacob Linderman, sophomore linebacker. So you moved from the field to the broadcasting booth, and, man, I know Coach Hampton probably is upset with me, but I'm thankful you made that move. You've been a very good hand in the NTV.
I try my best. NTV is always going to have a spot in my heart.
No doubt about it. That's Jacob Linderman, one of the greatest NTV students of all time, and a member of the NTV crew. Now, you've got a lot of experience in video production. Is that what you plan on doing going forward? What's your future plans after graduation?
Well, actually, media might just be a side hustle because I'm looking at agriculture business, emphasizing in marketing finance. I think that'd be a good path. Agriculture is really big in the South, and I plan on not moving from Jonesboro, Arkansas. So if you ever need a colored commentator to come back, I'll be chasing a degree, and I'll be here.
I love it, man. I love it. Let me correct you one thing, though. You need to learn how to pronounce that. It's not agriculture business. It's agriculture business.
I'll write that down in a book somewhere.
Business. That's right. I don't want people to. I don't want you to embarrass yourself. I'm a Nettleton graduate, and I'm majoring in agricultural business, and then people be like, "Who is this rube?" It's business. So yeah. So say it right.
Yes,
but
sir.
Hey, the skills that you've learned in NTV, even if you're going into ag business, skills you've learned in NTV could be a side hustle for you. I mean, you're learning things in class and NTV that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life, even if broadcasting is not your career.
That's true. In NTV, we learn a lot of things: cameras, broadcasting, and then the most important, going for the laugh, even if it is bringing the abstract into the literal. And that's something I like to do.
And you do it better than almost anybody I've ever known, for sure. Hey, I've had some great students, and there's been some great young men who've worked in NTV. We had one on the show last week, Blake Isbell, outstanding young man and an outstanding NTV student, but this guy's top shelf. He's one of the best to ever do it, Jacob Linderman. Jacob, thank you for helping me, and thank you for being a part of the NTV crew.
Sir.
And now what I want you to do, we're going to take a 1-minute break. I want you to take that hat off and put your color commentator hat back on. Deal?
I'll get it started.
All right. That's Jacob Linderman. He's been our halftime guest on the Kavanaugh Auto Group. Dashing down the sidelines, he gets it into Nettleton territory. He is forced out of bounds by Nettleton's number 23, Jordan Simmons, at the 32-yard line of the Raiders, and that is a short field. However, there is a flag on the play, and it looks like this is going to be coming back.
I believe the refs are signalizing a holding call.
Yeah, holding against Blytheville. That's going to be a 10-yard spot foul. 10 yards marked off from the spot of the foul. So the ball was going to be on the 32, and now then they're taking it way back into Blytheville territory.
That call is going to help the Raiders out right now.
Yeah, that's about a 45-yard penalty right there. It's 1st and 10, Blytheville on their own 37. Mercy. That's a good break for the Raiders. Here in the third quarter, Nettleton leading 28-14, the first play from scrimmage. Under center is Anderson. A little jet sweep to the receiver. That's Tim Brown, or excuse me, that's Ingram Battles. And he is brought down at the 41-yard line of the Raiders. Big gain on a nice little jet sweep play. This Blytheville Chickasaw offense, they've got some weapons.
They are sure electric now. Coming in and out of halftime, they are trying to put a ball in the end zone.
That's Tim Brown, the all-state running back. Cohen Liggins is on the wrong side of the football. Now he gets in right position, and Blytheville with the 1st and 10 on the Raider 41. Under center is Anderson. It gives to Brown. Brown is met. Good job over there by Kylan Shelton, who had containment. He's still up and moves the pile forward, and that was just a good old-fashioned rugby scrum, and it moved forward about 2 yards. We'll call it a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Chickasaws.
That's a good run by Tim Brown. He's shown why he was an all-state selection in the 4A last year. He is a dog, no doubt about that.
It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball on the Raider 38-yard line. 10:40 to play in the third quarter. Craig Miller, Jacob Linderman in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century. Here at Haley Field. Back to pass is Anderson. The pass is complete to number 1. He's brought down by Nettleton's number 32 as A.D. Blackburn. But it will be a 1st down for the Chickasaws. As this potent Blytheville offense, they have the ball on the Nettleton 33-yard line. 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Nettleton leads 28-14. Raider defense trying to stop this very good Blytheville offense. One receiver spread out wide to the right. Anderson, the quarterback, in the gun. He gives to Brown, and he is met immediately by Cohen Liggins. Or actually, that's not Cohen Liggins, excuse me. That's number 24. That's Damon Coleman, the sophomore linebacker who met him immediately in the backfield. That's going to be a tackle for loss for Damon Coleman, who had a huge stop in the first half on a 4th down play and forced a turnover on downs. Damon Coleman is a dog.
He sure is. I'm liking to give him the new position of the carpenter because he's been laying the wood tonight.
He has been laying the wood. 2nd down and 13 for the Chickasaws. They give to the running back. Brown bounces out left side across the 20-yard line to the 15, still on his feet, wrestled down at about the 18-yard line of the Raiders. 1st down, and the all-state running back Tim Brown definitely showing a good burst and some good moves on that run.
Yes, sir, he sure is. Tim Brown, he might be one of the best weapons this Chickasaw offense has.
He is some kind of a back for sure.
No doubt about that.
His Chickasaws marching. 1st and 10 on the Raider 13-yard line. Nettleton leads 28-14 here in the third quarter. Anderson under center. Gives to Battles. Jet sweep. He's near the 5-yard line. Brought down at the 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Chickasaws.
And this Blytheville offense is showing signs of explosiveness. they are showing they want to be in this game right now, and they're proving it.
No doubt about it. They get the sign from the coaching staff to play, and they hustle to the line of scrimmage. This is the first possession of the third quarter. Blytheville making a statement in it. 2nd down and 3 from the 7-yard line. And the play is whistled dead. False start against Blytheville. The ball was actually on the 6, so it'll be, instead of 2nd and 3 on the 6, it'll be 2nd down and 8 on the 11. That's a good break for the Raiders right there.
It sure is.
7:50 to play in the third quarter. Nettleton 28, Blytheville 14.
Hopefully a play like that might kill this Chickasaw momentum.
Trey Anderson, the quarterback. Number 24, the running back. You'll have to forgive us. We do not have a good Blytheville roster. Don't have his name. We apologize to our friends from Blytheville for that. Quarterback dropping straight back. Pass over the middle is complete for a touchdown. Tyron Walker. Touchdown Chickasaws makes the score 28-20.
And that's a good slant route there by Tyron Walker. Just how the Blytheville coaches drew that one up. Found him in the end zone. And the Chicks will go on the board first here in the second half. But the game ain't over. Raiders still have a chance. 7:22 remaining here in the third. 28-20, Raiders lead.
Yeah, the Raiders, the good news is the Raiders still got that 8-point lead, and Blytheville is going to, it looks like they're going to try to kick. They've been going for 2. They're going to try to kick. Number 9, Elijah Donnerson, to kick it, and it is no good. No good. Just barely cleared the heads of the linemen. 30-second break coming up. So after the missed PAT, 7:22 remaining in the third quarter, Nettleton's up 28-20. And there is a flag on the play, a personal foul against the Raiders. And I guess that will be assessed on the kickoff. The teams are running off of the field. Well, I take that back. It looks like the PAT team is coming off of the field, and the Chickasaw offense running back onto the field. So instead of a missed PAT, they're going to go for 2, I believe, after the half the distance to the goal. Personal foul call against the Raiders. I didn't see what happened there, but whatever it was, the referee called a personal foul against the Raiders, and that's a tough break. Let's see if the Raiders can't stop them from getting into the end zone. They're going for 2. Anderson, the quarterback. Tim Brown, the running back, on his right hip. Quarterback keeper, and he is going to be stopped short. Nice job by the Raider defense. That left side over there of the Raider defensive line. Let's see if we can't get you the lead tackler. It looked like it might have been number 77, Demarion Jackson. He was the last person to get up anyway. So the 2-point conversion is no good with 7:22 to play in the third quarter. The Raiders are up 28-20. We're just going to keep it right here because I think I lollygagged a little bit too much, Jacob, and did not give time for my man Gavin to get in a 30-second break. The Raiders are the kickoff team for Blytheville is already out on the field, so let's just keep it right here. The score is 28-20. 2-point conversion, no good. And the Raiders, their kickoff return team, jogs out onto the field. Blytheville ready to kick it, and we're ready to tell you what's happening. Elijah Donnerson to kick. Back deep for the Raiders is the playmaker, Curtis Smith and Q Thompson. They would be wise to stay away from both of those guys because either one of them could make a house call in a hurry on this kickoff return. It's a squib kick, and it is going to be picked up at the 38-yard line by the Raiders' number 32, A.D. Blackburn. He returns it out to about the 43-yard line. And there's a flag on the play away from the ball. Did you see what happened over there, Jacob?
I sure did. Number, I believe that's 18. He got a little chippy there with Keon Stallings, and he hit after the play. It looks like that was very intentional. I'm not trying to throw shots here, but he had that intent in his eye.
So it looks like a personal foul against the Chickasaws. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, if that is indeed what it is. A lot of times, plays like that, they may call against both players, and if that's the case, it'll be offsetting penalties. But we'll see what they say. The referees are conferring out at about the 50-yard line right now. Nettleton leads 28-20 with 7:22 remaining here in the third quarter. A.D. Blackburn with the kickoff return. I guess he made it about 6 or 7 yards before he was brought down. So the ball is right now marked at about the 43-yard line, but that's apt to change. Let's see what the referee says. They're still talking, and now he looks. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Chickasaws, and the player has been ejected.
He's gone. Oh,
yeah, so whatever he did, it was bad enough that the referees gave him the old heave-ho. Did you get the number on that by any chance, Jacob?
19 or 18, I believe, and we probably will see him walking out shortly.
We'll keep an eye on it, and yeah, it's just, I tell you, it's a game where it's a 15-yard penalty, and it's going to give Nettleton very good field position.
And this is one of those games we knew coming into it was going to be a chippy match.
Yep, and it's a game where tempers flare, man. Adrenaline's pumping, tempers flare, and these are young men. They don't always make wise decisions, and that young man made a poor decision. It cost his Blytheville team. Nettleton leads 28-20 with 7:22 remaining in the third quarter. Maddox Sampton and the Raider offense back to work. Heavy on the left side of the line. Looks like A.D. Blackburn in at tight end. Caleb Tedder, so sort of a heavy package over there left side. Let's see if Xavier Harrell is going to run the ball to the left side. In motion is the playmaker. They give to Xavier Harrell. Running left side, big hole, and he has a gain of about 9, maybe 10 yards. Depending upon the spot, I believe it's a gain of about 9.5. It's going to be 2nd down and 1 for the Raiders. Good run by Xavier Harrell.
It sure was. Not the full Donkey Kong package. I would call that one the Diddy Kong package. And Hole was there. Good job being Landrum, the senior tackle.
2nd and 1. Again, they give to Xavier Harrell. Running left side, boy, a lot of room. Running behind Soupy, Garrett Campbell. He's got the first down to the 21-yard line. Man, that left side of the line of scrimmage of the Raiders really making some nice holes. First down, Raiders.
They sure are. And I'm not saying I'm a running back, but I feel like I could run behind that left side of that offensive line with Soupy Campbell pulling.
Ian Landrum, Jerry Hudgens over there as well. Good job offensive line. 1st and 10 Raiders. The Raider offense driving. They give it to Xavier Harrell. Again, running behind Soupy. He gets a gain of a couple. Brought down from behind. They give him forward progress to, looks like the 21-yard line, maybe the 20-yard line. Gain of about 1. 2nd down and 9. Good tackle there by Blytheville.
And that's one of those situations, you run the same play 3 times in a row. They might figure it out, but why would you change what's not broken?
2nd down and 9 for the Raiders. The Mad Dog, Maddox Sampton, with Kylan Shelton in the backfield with him now. Mad Dog gives to Kylan Shelton. Kylan Shelton running off the right tackle, and he falls forward for a gain down to the 18-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down for the Raiders. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd down and 5. Nettleton definitely in 2-down territory. Heck, Mason Wan's got the leg to kick a field goal from here. But with an 8-point lead, 5:30 to play in the third quarter, something tells me the Raiders, they'll use all 4 downs. 4-down territory for the Raiders. They give to, actually it's a pass over the middle intended for A.D. Blackburn, and it's incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. So a little play action pass there. Unfortunately, ball was a little bit out of the reach of A.D. Blackburn. So it's going to be 4th down and 5 for the Raiders. The ball on the Chickasaw 17. The Raiders going for it. Maddox Sampton in the empty backfield. 2 receivers to the left, twins right. Mad Dog's going to pass. Looking to the right side. It is complete to the playmaker. He shucks a tackler, battling for the end zone, dives for the pylon. He's a little bit short. First down, Raiders. They went for it on 4th and 5, and they got the first down. It's going to be first down and goal to go for the Raiders. The ball is marked on the 3-yard line of the Chickasaws. Big play by the playmaker.
Sure was. Cortez Smith, he had a little dance move. I think he hit the Dougie down there on him and made it in there.
Cortez has got some moves for sure, and he ain't afraid to dance.
Ain't that the truth?
Maddox Sampton back out in the shotgun formation. He's got Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. Nettleton looking to add on to their 8-point lead. He gets to Xavier Harrell running right side, spins toward the goal line, but he's going to be stopped short. So it's going to be second. That's a gain of 2 for Xavier. It was first and goal from the 3. Now it's second down and goal from the 1.
Here comes that big, heavy package in. I saw a big, silly number 77 coming into the game. You know we're fixing to run the ball.
And they got Cortez Smith, the playmaker, in the Wild Raider formation. Xavier Harrell on his left hip. Boy, that's a couple of good options right there running the football. Second down and goal to go from the 1. The playmaker bounces outside and steps into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the game, and this time he does not do a dance, and so the Raiders are up 34-20 with 4:38 to play in the 3rd quarter after a 1-yard run by the playmaker.
And talk about a great run. He hit that outside corner, and I think it's safe to say the Raiders are hot like a tamale. Oh, Chloe Reed right there. Mason Wallen set to take the PAT with 4:38 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Caleb Tedder with the hold. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And Mason Wallen is 5 for 5 in the PATs tonight. Nettleton leads 35-20 with 4:38 to play in the 3rd quarter. Back in 30 seconds, some more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. EAB Sports Network.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Nettleton with a nice drive here in the 3rd quarter. They have opened up a 15-point lead over this Blytheville squad, who is very tough. Nettleton kicks it off to the Chickasaws, fielded at the 30-yard line by number 24. He's across the 40, still on his feet, across midfield to the 44-yard line. That was a good return by number 24. I don't have his number because the roster is incomplete that I was given by the Chickasaws, but a nice run, and the Chickasaws will have a short field to work with. It's going to be 1st and 10, Blytheville from the Raider 45. That's where they're going to start this drive with 4:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score is Nettleton 35, Blytheville 20.
And Blytheville is going to look to try to stay as dangerous as they were last time. But this Raider defense is coming back tough now, and they're not going to let them try to run all over them.
The playmaker with 3 touchdowns, Cortez Smith. Xavier Harrell with 2 touchdowns. And the Raiders up 35-20. Blytheville, trust me when I say they ain't going anywhere, though, folks. They are relentless, and they're going to keep on attacking. They give to Battles. Battles running left side. He is brought down by Nettleton's sophomore linebacker, number 24, Damon Coleman. He dragged Coleman for a couple of yards and gained 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 8.
And Coleman, he's a big guy. I've seen him in the hallways, and I'm like, that guy's a sophomore?
Yep.
When does my muscles come in? I thought I ordered them on Amazon. They just haven't got here yet, I guess.
Damon Coleman's a big reason why the Raiders went 10-0 last year on the junior high level. He's a football player, man.
He sure is.
2nd down and 8 for the Chickasaws. Under center is Anderson. Rolling out to his left. It's a bootleg, and he's got room to run. He's run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Cohen Liggins and Nigel Bell there on the play for the Raiders. That's first down yardage. He needed 8 yards for the first down. He gained about 10, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Raider 32. That bootleg play has been effective for the Chickasaws all night long.
It sure has, and he did a good job getting out of bounds because I'd hate to get hit by Cohen Liggins or Nigel Bell. He's a smart player.
Yep. Both of those guys can bring the wood. 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws. Raider 32-yard line. Anderson, the quarterback, under center. In motion is number 2. And he's rolling to his right. Another bootleg. He's got room to run across the 20, the 10, into the end zone. It's a 32-yard touchdown run for the Chickasaws.
And good run there by Anderson. He beat Kylan Shelton on the end, and Kylan Shelton's one of our faster players. That shows you this guy's talent. Anderson, what a player. He's going to lead Blytheville to a good season this year. I have that feeling.
Oh, no doubt. Blytheville in that 4A3 conference, they're going to do just fine in that conference. No doubt about it. First-year head coach, Jet Howard. He was an all-state receiver here at Blytheville. And he's got these Chickasaws playing some really good football. They give the number 2, Tim Brown. It's a race to the pylon. Tim Brown's going to win it. 2-point conversion is good with 3:32 to play in the third quarter. Your score is now Nettleton 35, Blytheville 28. Back in 30 with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
3:32 to play in the third quarter. Your score now is Nettleton 35, Blytheville 28 after a 32-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Travion Anderson. And the Raiders have had a whole lot of offensive success tonight. Here in the third quarter, they've already put up 35 points, but Blytheville has put up 28 of their own. We got ourselves a shootout here at Haley Field. The Chickasaws. Short kick, it's off a Raider, and it's fielded at the 35-yard line. It returned to about the 38-yard line. Let's see who that is for Nettleton who returned it. That's Xavier Harrell, sure enough. Dangerous person to kick the ball to. Number 16, Xavier Harrell. He scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. Nettleton led 14-0. They've led by 2 scores for much of the game. Right now it's a one-possession game, 35-28. Nettleton up with 3:26 remaining in the third quarter. Maddox Sampton and this potent Raider offense back to work. They have moved the ball well tonight. Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. They give it to Harrell. Harrell running off the left tackle, and it's a gain of about 4, maybe 5, down to the 43-yard line of the Raiders, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders.
And Harrell is doing a good job of finding the hole produced by this Raider offensive line.
Curtis Smith, the quarterback, he's going to keep it himself, running right up the chute, bounces out toward the right. Forward progress. He's still on his feet, and he's making a little something out of nothing. Man, he made it to about the 45, was pushed back, reverse field, run to the far sideline, and he's run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Now, let's see, now they're moving the chains. The 48-yard line, 47-yard line, forgive me, it's going to be 3rd down and 1. He ran about 50 yards, gained about 4. 3rd down and 1 for the Raiders. Cortez again, the quarterback, and there is a penalty called, a flag thrown. Actually, it's not a flag, it's a timeout, which is even better. A timeout for the Raiders. 3:02 to play in the third quarter. Nettleton 35 and Blytheville 28. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. We'll have that play for you when we come back in 30 seconds. Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
3:02 in the third quarter. That's how much time is on the clock. Nettleton 35, Blytheville 28. We got ourselves a shootout. Something tells me this is going to go right down to the wire, folks. A lot of football to be played here. Nettleton has it 3rd down and 1 on their own 47-yard line. The playmaker, Curtis Smith, from the gun. He gives it to Xavier Harrell. Xavier lunges forward and gets the first down. And the PA guy says he's going to be short, but it looked to me like he got the first down. It depends on the spot, and right now the line judge is he's standing right on the first down marker, and now they give the old first down, and that's a good job by Xavier Harrell. He needed a yard, he got a yard. 1st and 10 Raiders, ball on their own 48-yard line.
Harrell has proven to be a good role player tonight, somebody we can put in that position pretty often.
Maddox Sampton, the quarterback, in the backfield with him is Caleb Tedder and Xavier Harrell. Xavier Harrell running right side. He's got a nice positive gain. He stood up after a gain of about 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. This Xavier Harrell, he's hard to bring down. I mean, he was stood up by a couple of 3 defensive linemen by the Chickasaws. They could not get him. They could not wrestle the talented sophomore to the turf.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. I don't know exactly what they saw. He's talking to the Nettleton offense, so let's see. It's going to be, I believe that's illegal participation against the Raiders.
Illegal precipitation? It's not even raining outside.
Participation.
Oh.
Yeah, participation. Illegal participation. I guess that was 12 men on the field. That's usually what that means.
I thought the ball was dead. I mean, I guess that's why he gets paid to officiate. He sees more than what we do.
Boy, that's a 15-yard penalty. That hurts. It was 1st and 10. I think it'll be 1st and 25 right now. That's a tough penalty right there, that illegal participation. So the Raiders in a little bit of a hole now. 1st and 25, I believe, from their own 32-yard line. I do know that. Maybe the 33. Maddox Sampton in the shotgun. In motion is Q Thompson, and the snap hit Q. It's a fumble on the play, and let's see who has it. The ball is still loose. It looks like Blytheville may have it. Let's see. Yep, Blytheville has recovered. Man, that was a revolting development. Q Thompson was in motion. The snap hit Q right in the face mask, and Blytheville was there to jump on it. And now then the Chickasaws have it 1st and 10 on the Raider 37-yard line. A revolting development. Nettleton with a 7-point lead with 2:48 to play in the third quarter. That's the first turnover of the game for the Raiders. It was not by downs. And, man, that was a tough one right there. Just a bad timing.
That's one of those you just hate to see.
No doubt about it. It's time for the defense to step up. Anderson passes over the middle. It's complete to number 1. He is tackled by Magnum BA Brendan Alexander. That's Tyron Walker on the catch. It's going to be a gain down to the 21-yard line of the Raiders. It'll be 2nd down and 4 there.
And Magnum BA did a good job at coming down quick, because this Tyron Walker's fast. You can't give him no space because he'll burn you.
Alexander, the quarterback. Tim Brown, the All-State running back. He gives to Brown. He's running right side, and he is met by Damon Coleman and Kylan Shelton and make the tackle. Short gain on the play. Actually, they're going to move it back a little bit. That would be a tackle for loss. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Chickasaws, who are definitely in 4-down territory.
True that. Coleman came right down. He saw him. He knew what he wanted. He wanted a TFL, and that's a good job, Damon Coleman.
Yep. 3rd down and 5 for the Chickasaws. Ball is on the Raider 22-yard line. Definite 4-down territory right here. They give to number 24, jet sweep, turns it upfield, has the first down inside the 10-yard line. That's where he's thrown down by Nigel Bell. It's going to be first down and goal to go for Blytheville on the 8-yard line of the Raiders.
And this Blytheville team, they're not backing down. They're not giving up. They're doing a good job of staying in it with these.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And after that unfortunate turnover, Uncle Mo is sitting over here in the Blytheville Chickasaw stands. I want Uncle Mo to get back over there on the Raider side where he belongs. First and goal to go from the 8 for the Chickasaws. They give to number 2, Tim Brown. Bounces out right side. He's met by Cohen Liggins and thrown backwards. They're going to give him forward progress. Good tackle there by Cohen. Forward progress of 1 yard. It's going to be second down and goal to go from the 7. Now's the time for that Raider defense to stiffen up.
They sure are, and I know Coach Johnson's cooking something mean. Coach Johnson, he's one heck of a defensive coordinator. There's no doubt about that.
Great defensive coordinator and just a great man. He's a couple of booths down from us. And
only downside is he's a Cowboys fan.
well, that's one of the better things about him. Second down and goal to go from the 7 for the Chickasaws. The Raiders lead 35-28 here with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, but Blytheville with the momentum, Blytheville driving. Quarterback Anderson passes. It's incomplete. Incomplete, intended for number 2, Tim Brown. Incomplete pass. Keon Stallings was right there, and it's going to be third down and goal to go from the 7.
And that's a good play by Anderson. As a bystander, I'd hate to get hit by Keon Stallings. I know he's a good guy on the outside, but when those pads come on, my God, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's a heck of a player for sure. Third down and goal to go for the Chickasaws from the Raiders' 7-yard line. The Raiders have never trailed in this game, and they lead 35-28 with 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Blytheville quickly to the line of scrimmage. Alexander, the quarterback, rolling to his right side, makes a cut, angling for the end zone. He's across the 5, and he tiptoes into the end zone. Touchdown, Blytheville.
And touchdown, Anderson. We said this guy was a weapon, and he sure is. He's proven that tonight. He has quite a few little rushing touchdowns. He can run the ball. His throwing game is a good backup for him, but his feeder is where he's going to make his money at this year. Good run by Travion Anderson.
Yeah, Travion Anderson. I might have called him Alexander, and I apologize for that. But Anderson with the touchdown run, his second touchdown in about the last 3 minutes, makes the score 35-34, and they're going to try to kick the PAT. And it's going to be I believe a offsides call against the Raiders. That's going to make it half the distance to the goal. Something tells me they may try to go for 2. That's what they've been doing so far. But it looks like they're leaving the PAT team out there, and honestly, that's good news for the Raiders. I feel good about the probability of them missing this PAT. Thankfully, Mason Wine's not on the Chickasaws team. The snap is good. The kick is not good. The kick is partially blocked, and Nettleton returning it, but by rule, you cannot return the PAT. Brandon Alexander was taking it to the house, but PAT is no good. That's a good break for the Raiders with 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your score is Nettleton 35, Blytheville 34. Back in 30 seconds, some more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle? Get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Nettleton, 35. Blytheville, 34. 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We have got ourselves a humdinger of a football game here. We knew we would, Jacob. Coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a dandy, and boy, it's lived up to the hype.
It sure has.
Blytheville to kick off a pooch kick, short scrib quick, I should say, to Nigel. Nigel Bell has it. He's brought down at about the 45-yard line. And that's where Nettleton will take over first and 10. 55 yards to go to the end zone and a little bit of a cushion in this game. A 1-point lead I don't think is going to hold up. 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Nettleton will have time to get one more play in. Maddox Hampton in the shotgun. He has got Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. Talented sophomore running back who has 2 touchdowns tonight. A lot of weapons at the Mad Dog's disposal. He gives to Xavier Harrell. He's running left side across the 50-yard line, and that's where he is brought down after a gain of 5, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. Your score, Nettleton 35, Blytheville 34. Back in 60 seconds, Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Every player on the football team has an important job so the team can reach its goal and success. Join our team at Lexicon right now and we'll help you reach your goals and success. Lexicon offers free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University. We also offer competitive pay, a great healthcare plan, paid vacation, a sweet 401k plan, and more. Find out more at lexicon-inc.com/football.
What started with our grandfather and continues in its 4th generation today, Glen Saint's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
And we welcome you back to Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Jacob Linderman and I have our 4s lifted high. It's the fourth quarter. Nettleton has a 1-point lead over Blytheville here entering into the final frame, 35-34. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, in the gun. 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. Cordarius Thompson hustling out and lining up wide left. Mad Dog gives to Xavier Harrell. Running right side, he has got the first down. That young man is a bowling ball, and he gets going. It's 1st and 10, Raiders on the 41-yard line after another good, tough run by Xavier Harrell.
And your dadgum right, he is a bowling ball when he gets going. Speaking of bowling, that's good blocking by 2-time state champion Caleb Tedder.
Yes, Caleb Tedder, the workhorse tight end over there on the right side of the line with Soupy, Jerry. Good job by the O-line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Curtis Smith, the playmaker. He's going to keep it himself. He's met in the backfield. He spins around, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and boy, he does, but just barely. He might have gained 1 after that as Curtis was hit hard. This PA announcer is really doing a lot of play-by-play as well. He's saying boom and things like that. And
he could do our job for us. We just give him our headset too, and
yeah,
he'll call a good game.
Yeah, he's really getting the Blytheville fans into it, and they have enjoyed this game tonight. It's been a good one.
I'm getting into it myself. All the ski-yees and let's go. He's really going to be turned tonight.
He's getting you turned up. 11:23 to play in the game. The Raiders have a 1-point lead. 2nd down and 9. Got a Chickasaw is a little bit shaken up. That's number 24. His name is not on the roster we were given, so can't call his name. We do apologize to our friends from Blytheville who may be tuning in. 2nd down and 9 for the Raiders. The ball on the Chickasaw 40-yard line. Hampton gives to Harrell, running right side, spins his way forward. He's still on his feet, down to the 30-yard line. The young man just will not quit. He's got a 1st down. Gain of 10 for Xavier Harrell. 1st down, Raiders.
And in a new system trying out in Colorado, they do the dogs and the leaders. Xavier Harrell has proven he wants to be a dog tonight.
I'd say Xavier Harrell has got that dog in him. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. The ball on the Chickasaw 30-yard line. Maddox Hampton and Xavier Harrell in the backfield. The Raiders lead by 1 with 10:55 to play in the game. 35-34 is your score. Mad Dog with Q in motion. He gives to Xavier Harrell. Xavier hit hard at the 26-yard line. That's where he's brought down. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 after a good, tough 4-yard run by Xavier Harrell.
And, you know, going back 2 years ago, Coach Pitts always said 3.5 yards, that's all you need, and you'll get a 1st down every drive. And that's what we're doing. 4 yards, 3 yards, we get our 1st down, and we're making our play.
God bless Coach Blake Pitts, who's coaching now Little Rock Parkview, the state champs. Boy, he was a good offensive line coach. My son, Cole Dirty, would call him his hero. So Blake Pitts, shout out to him. The Raiders up by 1. with 10 minutes to play in the game. 35-34, the Raiders are driving. They got the ball on the 26-yard line of the Chickasaws. 2nd down and 6. Maddox Hampton with Xavier Harrell. Gives it to Xavier, running right side, squirts his way through for the 1st down inside the red zone. He's marked down at the 19-yard line. 1st down Raiders. Another good, tough run by Xavier Harrell. Keep on giving it to number 16. That's what I say.
And you know what? Your son has a perfect hat for the occasion. Run the dang ball, and that's what we need to do. Give the ball to that kid. He's looking for a starting spot next week. He's running the dang ball.
I'll tell you the truth. He has really done well. Filling in for the T.J. Brown, who's at a family celebration, and we wish his family well, the great wedding that he's at. Miss T.J., but glad that we have Xavier filling in. We got Cortez, quarterback. He's bouncing out left side, stiff arms, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be unsuccessful, and he is just surrounded by maroon jerseys. It's going to be a tackle for loss. Let's see how many they give him. It looks like it's going to be a loss of about 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 14. Nothing doing on that play.
And that Blytheville defense, when they see Cortez in the backfield, they got a pretty good idea that we're probably going to run the ball. But milking the clock, that's a good idea for the Raiders.
Maddox Hampton back out. So is Xavier Harrell in the backfield with him. Right side, 2nd down and 14. The ball on the 23-yard line of the Chickasaws. And you said it, the Raiders are starting to let the clock run. They have a 1-point lead here in the 4th quarter. They give to Xavier Harrell running left side, and he is brought down at the 3-yard line. And that's going to be
69.
Yeah, that was a big tackle there by number 69, Maurice Biggs. Short gain on the play, maybe a gain of 1, maybe no gain. It's 3rd down and 13 for the Raiders. Maddox Hampton and Xavier Harrell in the backfield. And a little movement on the line. It's going to be a false start against the Raiders. So instead of 3rd and 14, it's going to be 3rd down and 19.
That's a penalty that's going to hurt.
Now what looked to be a sure passing down, without a doubt, is at this point. 3rd down and 19 for the Raiders. Ball on the 28-yard line of the Chickasaws. Maddox Hampton in the gun. He's dropping straight back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it to the end zone. He's got a man. In and out of the hands of Q Thompson. Q Thompson was wide open. He just could not make the catch. Maddox delivered it, dropped it right in on him, and unfortunately it's an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 4th down and 19 for the Raiders with 7:57 to play in the game. Nettleton with a 1-point lead, 35-34 over the Chickasaws.
And that's just one of those balls you're going to want back, and Q Thompson, he's going to want that one back. It's just a misfortunate play, but Q got that helmet back on. He wants the next one.
So 4th down and 19 for Nettleton. And Maddox Hampton in an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. The Blytheville Chickasaw crowd coming alive. Boy, this is a live atmosphere. The Raiders up by 1 point with 7:57 to play. Maddox Hampton looking straight, looking to pass into the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Blytheville's number 22, Ingram Bettles, and he kneels down in the end zone. Touchback. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Blytheville on their own 20. 7:49 to play in the game. Nettleton holding on to a 35-34 point lead, but Blytheville with the ball.
Yeah, that must have been an offensive miscue, not a man in sight. It's just one of those Maddox is going to want to have back. I know I'm sounding a little redundant here, but that's just football for you.
Yeah, the play before, it was looked like a touchdown. Unfortunately, we were not able to make the play. And so then the interception is Blytheville ball. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Time for the defense to make some plays. They give to the running back, Tim Brown. He's got some room to run, and he's out across the 32-yard line. It's going to be 1st down for the All-State running back, Tim Brown. They move the chains.
And Tim Brown doing what Tim Brown does. He runs the ball, and he does a good job at it.
Yeah, he ran for about 1,500 yards last year. Was named All-State in 4A. He's a good hand, for sure. Now then, under center is the quarterback, Anderson. Gives to Brown. Running left side, bounces out. He's across the 40, first down. Run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Flag comes in late. Not sure what that's about. A Nettleton coach got his legs taken out from him. I'm not sure who that is over there, but let's hope that he's all right. And let's see what that flag is all about. It's a first down for the Chickasaws, but let's see what.
It's a horse collar call on number 8. He horse collared IBS Isaac Black, and that's going to push them back because that should be a spot penalty.
Personal foul against Blytheville and a personal foul against the Raiders. So those will offset. It will be a replay of the down from the original line of scrimmage, which is about the 33-yard line. So a good break for the Raiders as they make them do that play over. It was a positive gain for the Chickasaws. This Raider defense going to have to come up with a play. 7:16 to play in the game here in the fourth quarter. Your score is Nettleton 35, Blytheville 34. Blytheville with the ball. Blytheville driving. They have the ball on the Raider 33-yard line, and now then the referees are conferring just to make sure that that's the right decision. Hey, that's a decision I can live with. I'm thankful they didn't give them the result of the play, and I think that might be the question right now.
I didn't know they can go back on a call.
Well, they want to get it right. I know that's the main issue. Blytheville's Coach Jet Howard, is getting an explanation, and now the referees are trying to make sure they get it right, and it looks like they're marking it back to the 25-yard line. That's where, and now then they're marking it forward. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I think they're going to call the holding call and then move it to 15 yards. So that makes it second down and 3. Because instead of you call personal foul, but they call it holding and against that Chickasaw receiver. So that's going to negate the replay of first down.
Well, the ball is on the 40-yard line of the Chickasaws on the right hash. And it's going to be first down and 3 for Blytheville on their own 40. Your score is Nettleton 35, Blytheville 34. A game in which the Raiders have not trailed. Quarterback keeper, he is harassed in the backfield. He makes it out, and I believe he's got first down yardage. He gets out, runs out of bounds near midfield. It'll be first down and 10 for Blytheville on their own 48-yard line.
Number 4, Travion Anderson, he can run the ball. He runs it kind of Lamar Jackson style, puts that ball out there, and then maybe tucks it in last minute. But he can run the ball.
He really can. This Blytheville crowd has really had a good time here tonight. They are in this game. First and 10 for the Chickasaws on their own 48-yard line. We got flags flying. It might be a false start, and it is a false start against Blytheville. Any little bit helps, Jacob. Bring them back 5 yards. Instead of first and 10 on the 48, it's going to be first and 15 on the 43. I'm still calling for a Nigel Bell pick 6. That's what I'm calling for. First and 10 for Blytheville. Excuse me, first and 15 for Blytheville. They give to the running back, number 24, running right side. He's across the 50. He stood up there by a host of Raiders, and they stop. They blow the whistles, forward progress. There's still some shoving going on down there. Thankfully, everything seems to be broken up, and it's going to be a gain of about 10, maybe 11. It's going to be second down and 5 for the Chickasaws.
And this one, it'll be a chippy one the rest of the night for sure. As close it is,
yep.
And as heated as these two teams are, you know, coming down to Mississippi County, Blytheville they like to get chippy with the Raiders.
Oh, they play the Raiders hard for sure. It's a nice rivalry, no doubt about it. And these Chickasaws, they are playing hard against the Raiders. Second down and 5 for Blytheville. The quarterback, Anderson, in the shotgun. He's dropping straight back to pass. Under pressure, he's going to run it. Rolling to the left side, he pump fakes. Now he's running. He's got the first down. He's run out of bounds at about the 31-yard line of the Raiders, and that's where Blytheville will have it 1st and 10. 6:04 on the clock. Nettleton with a 35-34 lead. Ball marked at the Raider 31-yard line. 6:04 on the clock. The Raiders have got a 35-34 lead.
Raiders are having a hard time containing Anderson when he drops back to pass.
I tell you, it's tough. Whenever your quarterback is a threat to run, that makes it tough on a defense, and Anderson is definitely that. He's under center. Gives to Battles. Battles is hit by Kylan Shelton, but he shucks that tackle and falls forward for a gain of maybe 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Ingram Battles does not go down easy.
He sure does not. He's a player to battle.
It'll be 2nd down and a long 6 for Blytheville. Ball is on the Nettleton 26-yard line, and Blytheville really going slow here now. Clock is at 5:34. Coach Jet Howard feels like his team can move the ball against the Raiders, and they're letting the clock roll. They trail by 1, 35-34, and they are massaging the clock right now. They give to number 24. He's tackled in the backfield by Kylan Shelton. A tackle for a loss. It's going to be loss of several, and it'll bring up 3rd down for Blytheville. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Chickasaws. Big play by Kylan Shelton.
It sure is, and Kylan Shelton, the nickelback, he sees everything. He's one of those captains that you know you can count on the defense, him and Cohen both, and they're making plays, busting schools.
3rd down and 9 for the Chickasaws. The ball on the Raider 30-yard line. 4:42 on the clock. Nettleton up 35-34. Anderson, the quarterback. What a night that young man has had. He's dropping back, looking to pass. Now he's going to run. He's got a little bit of room. He's across the 20, got the first down. He's across the 10, angling for the end zone. He has run out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Run out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Chickasaws on the Raider 2. 4:21 to play in the game. Nettleton holding on to a 35-34 lead, but Blytheville knocking on the door.
And this is a guy you're going to have to contain, and the Raider defense is struggling right now against the speed of Anderson. 1st
down and goal to go from the 2-yard line for Blytheville. Had it 3rd and 9, and we looked like we had a chance of getting a big defensive stop. And the quarterback, number 4, who's played a lot like Superman tonight, made the play whenever he had to. Anderson gives to Brown, shucks the tackler, running right side. It's a race for the pylon. Nigel Bell grabs him, and he's stopped short of the 1st down. A heck of a collision right at the goal line. I don't know who that was that he run into. I believe it might be Isaac Black. Yeah, it sure was. Isaac Black saved a touchdown, but boy, he sure paid the price as he got tattooed by the All-State running back. And is short of a 1st down, a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and goal to go from the 1, and we've got an injured Raider on the field. It looks like it may be perhaps a cramp. Actually, he's saying he's hurt his knee, it looks like. I believe that may be, and I don't want to call out his name so I can give you a positive.
AD. No, not AD, I lied. The man.
Yeah, let's just hold off on calling a name until we can see a number. I don't want to scare any mamas out there.
You make a good point. I see AD right now. He's standing
Yes,
healthy.
it's not AD. I will tell you as soon as we can who the Raider is. He's getting helped up. He's okay. That's good news. That's Keon Stallings. Keon Stallings. I thought that's who it was, but I didn't want to say for sure. There's probably members of Keon's family out there and don't want to unnecessarily scare anybody. He's jogging off the field. He's okay. He just maybe got his leg tweaked just a little bit. 2nd down and goal to go from the 1. 4:09 to play in the game. Nettleton leads 35-34. Chickasaws back to the line. 2nd and goal to go from the 1. Anderson, the quarterback. He's got Brown in the backfield with him. He's under center now. It's a quarterback sneak. And they say that he stopped short. He is stopped short. Good job by that Raider defensive line. Stood him up. The old quarterback sneak. I thought he might have had it, but the D-line was strong enough to hold him. And that means it's 3rd down and goal to go. Looks like the ball is about 1 foot away from the goal line. The clock is at 3:42. So Nettleton will get the ball back. They'll have time for one more possession in this game. Anderson again is stood up, and they blew the whistle. Let's see what it's offsides against the Raiders. So that'll be half the distance to the goal line, which means it's going to be about a 6-inch penalty. 3:29 on the clock. The clock, I believe, will stop on the count of the penalty. 35-34. Nettleton with a 1-point lead. Blytheville, however, knocking on the door of the end zone. They have it 3rd down and goal to go from the 6-inch line, if there was such a thing. And now then they're they were in the shotgun. Now they're right under center. They've been trying to sneak it in, and this time I believe they are successful. Touchdown Blytheville on the quarterback sneak. Number 4 gets it in from about 6 inches.
And this Travion Anderson, man, he's just steering it off with the Chickasaws. Makes it a 5-point ball game. 3:24 remaining in the 4th. He's proven to be the Superman of this Blytheville team this year.
He has played a heck of a game. That is the 5th touchdown that he's responsible for tonight. 3 straight scores, all from number 4. Makes the score 40-35. So a 5-point lead for Blytheville, and they have got a decision to make here. Do you go for 2? If they go for 2, it'd make the score 42-35. A 7-point lead over the Raiders. If you go for 1, it's a 6-point lead. A touchdown and a PAT would give Nettleton the win. There's 3:24 on the clock. Plenty of time for Nettleton to march down the field and stick the ball in the end zone. What the question is it going to be at that point, is it going to be a 2-point conversion that they need? Is it going to be a field goal? What's it going to be? A lot of it depends on this very next play and what the Chickasaws decide to do. It looks like they may be going for 2. Yeah, they're sending their offensive unit out, I believe.
It's one of those situations.
Yep,
what do you have to lose?
Going for 2, and it looks like they've got their Tim Brown, their All-State quarterback, is lined up. Their All-State running back is lined up as quarterback. And that's got to be a false start right there. It's a false start against Blytheville, and that is huge. The left guard, started to pull before the ball was snapped, and they're going to mark it back 5 yards. That's a huge penalty against Blytheville. Score is 40-35. Blytheville has taken their first lead of the ball game. It comes with 3:24 remaining in the 4th quarter. And I'm so sorry, I coughed into the microphone. I couldn't hit my cough button until I was already in mid-cough. All right, so should be a 5-yard penalty against the Chickasaws. They have not marked anything off yet. Yeah, now they have. Yeah, it's on the 8-yard line. 2-point conversion. The Chickasaws need 8 yards, and that's a big 5-yard penalty right there. Brown, the quarterback, he's running to the left side, and he's going to be stopped short. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Damon Coleman over there on the stop. Also over there, Kylan Goodlow. So a huge 2-point conversion stop with 3:24 to play in the game. Your score is now Blytheville 40, Nettleton 35. Back in 30 with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, finally a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to the EAB Sports Broadcasting here high up in the sky in the NEA broadcast booth. 3:24 remaining. Blytheville with a 5-point lead. It's 40-35 in the fourth quarter.
And the Raiders have enough time, Jacob. 3:24 on the clock. They have enough time to matriculate the ball down the field and score a game-winning touchdown. All they need is 6 points, and that's what a touchdown is worth. So let's go Raiders. The kick, it's a squibber, and it's fielded by Q Thompson at the 25-yard line, right up the middle. Q Thompson goes. He's at the 47-yard line before he's brought down. A good return by Q, and the Raiders will have the ball 1st and 10, good field position, 3:14 to play.
And that's a good job for Q Thompson. You know, he's been looking a dog all year. He's a dog player. He's a great guy. Q Thompson, he's a threat for the Nettleton Raiders.
Well, he's sure put his Raiders in good field position for this final drive. Raiders trail by 5, 3:14 to play in the game. Maddox Sampton out there in the gun. He's got Xavier Harrell on his left hip, 2 receivers wide to the left. That's the playmaker and Q Thompson. Maddox going to throw on 1st down. Looking deep. It is incomplete, intended for the playmaker, Cortez Smith, and fortunately not intercepted, as it looked like Eugene Williams had a bead on that ball. An interception would not have been good at that point. Thankfully, it falls harmlessly to the ground. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. From the Chickasaw 47. Maddox Sampton with Xavier Harrell in the backfield. Q Thompson wide left. Cortez Smith wide right. Coach Blake Tennyson sending in the signals of the play call. Maddox Sampton nods his head, gets the snap, gives to Xavier Harrell, running right side, stumbling his way forward. He got tripped up, but he fell forward. It's going to be a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. The clock under 3 minutes now. The clock at 2:55.
And I like the idea of running the ball. Try to kill clock. We don't want Blytheville to see the ball again, and running the ball is going to help smooth the clock out.
No doubt about that. 2nd down and 4 for the Raiders. Maddox Sampton and Xavier Harrell. Xavier now spreads out wide to the left. 3 receivers out that direction. Maddox Sampton is in an empty backfield. He's going to pass. Short pass is complete to Q Thompson. Q Thompson wisely gets out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Big-time play by the big-time receiver, Q Thompson. It's 1st and 10 Raiders. Goes out of bounds. It stops the clock at 2:29. The ball is on the Chickasaw 31.
And that's a good 5-yard out. He gets extra yards. Good block by Taylor Smith on that right sideline. He's not yet to see his reception, but he's making plays.
And he is still electrifying.
No doubt about that.
Maddox Sampton and Xavier Harrell in the backfield. He gives to Xavier. Xavier running right side across the 25. He lunges forward. Looks like he's got the 1st down. Maybe a gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd down and 1 according to the spot. And the Raiders score a touchdown, win the game. It's that easy. The clock is at 2:10 right now. It is going to be 2nd down and 1. The ball is on the 22-yard line of the Chickasaws. Maddox Sampton and Xavier Harrell in the backfield. Play is whistled dead. Timeout, Blytheville. We'll take a timeout with them. 1:59 to play in the game. Your score is Blytheville 40, Nettleton 35. Nettleton driving. They have it 2nd down and 1 on the Chickasaw 22. Back in 30. Raider football on NTV, EAB Sports Network.
When a clinic sends a referral for your specialty services, you have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your healthcare provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal. It's a promise.
1:59 to play in this game, 4th quarter. Nettleton trailing by 5. But they have the ball and they are driving. A 2nd down and 1 on the Chickasaw 22-yard line. Maddox Sampton in the shotgun with Xavier Harrell with him. He gives the ball to Xavier. He's got the 1st down, bounces his way, spins forward inside the red zone. The ball is marked down at the 17-yard line. That's where the Raiders will have it 1st and 10. Clock stops at 1:54, long enough to set the chains. Now it starts rolling. And the Raiders, with 1:45 to play, it's 1st and 10 in the red zone. Maddox Sampton in the gun. He gives to Xavier Harrell. Actually Passes to Q Thompson. Q makes a move. He's inside the 5-yard line, still on his feet. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Heck of a throw by Maddox. And Q Thompson gets down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal to go for the Raiders at the 5-yard line.
And I think it's safe to say Q wants that drop pass back now, and he's proven that he wants a touchdown back.
I love it. Q Thompson.
My God, what a great player Q Thompson is.
He's made a couple of big plays on this drive, none bigger than that one. First down and goal to go for the Raiders on the 5, 1:14 on the clock. Gives to Xavier Harrell. Xavier's hammered in the backfield. It's going to be a short loss. Nice play there by number 0. That's Chris Hatcher. Tackle for the loss. It's going to be second down and goal to go from the 8. A loss of 2. Less than a minute to play now. The Raiders have 2 timeouts. 50 seconds on the clock. Maddox Sampton and Xavier Harrell in the shotgun. Maddox in the shotgun. Xavier Harrell on his left hip. The Raiders are trailing by 5 points. Touchdown would win it. They give it to Xavier Harrell. He's to the 5-yard line, falls forward to about the 3. It's going to be third down and goal to go. And timeout Raiders. With 34 seconds, the Raiders take a timeout. We'll take that timeout with them. A 30-second break. 40 for the Chickasaws. 35 for the Raiders. 34 seconds to go. Back in 30 with Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. If Dick Clay were here, he'd call this a barn burner, and he would be right. With 34 seconds remaining in the game, your score is Blytheville 40, Nettleton 35. It's third down and goal to go for the Raiders. The ball on the Chickasaw 3-yard line. Cortez Smith is in at quarterback. It's the Wild Raider formation. Looks like they got the Donkey Kong package out there, heavy on the left side. Xavier Harrell, the running back with him. Cortez keeps it. Battling for the end zone, lunges forward. It's marked short. It's marked short. I thought he got across, but now they're calling touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. Now they're calling a touchdown. The other line judge came over and overruled. Touchdown Raiders with 24 seconds to play. The Raiders have a 1-point lead, 41-40.
Are you kidding me, Cortez Smith? When do you think this game's over? The playmaker, he's there. You can't break the playmaker. He's the playmaker, the game breaker. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me, Cortez Smith? What a touchdown.
And the Blytheville fans not happy with that as they called it short of the first down. Nettleton, the touchdown. Nettleton calls a timeout. Gavin, we're just going to keep it right here. We'll see if we can't unravel everything that we just saw. It was third down and goal to go from the 3. Cortez Smith from the Wildcat formation kept it himself, faked the handoff to Xavier Harrell, battling for the goal line, reached out. It looked like from here that he crossed the plane. The near line judge did not signal a touchdown, signaled he was down, and then all of a sudden he does raise his hand when the other line judge confers with him. Nettleton gets the touchdown. They have a 1-point lead with 24 seconds to play. 41-40 the score, and I'm sure Nettleton will be, they may be going for 2 right now, as there's no difference between a 1-point lead and a 2-point lead. Mason Wan, very reliable, but a 2-point conversion would be advantageous here to give Nettleton a 3-point lead, which means that a field goal would only tie it. So I understand the thinking here by Coach Hampton. Cortez Smith in the backfield at quarterback. He pitches it to Q Thompson. Q Thompson finds the end zone. Q Thompson with a 2-point conversion makes the score 43-40.
What a design play, the old shovel pass. Raiders looking hot right now. My goodness, do I love my school. I love being a Nettleton Raider because the excitement, the thrills. You can never count the Raiders out of a ball game, and we just proved that right here. The always tough 4A3 Blytheville Chickasaws
And hats off to the Chickasaws. And this game is not over yet. We have a 3-point lead. There's 24 seconds to play on the clock. And this Chickasaw offense has proven that they have got some high-octane playmakers. Let me tell you something. The OTMC is not breathing easy right now, even though there's 24 seconds on the clock. And it looks like the Raiders have this one after just a clutch touchdown drive late in the fourth quarter to go ahead by 3 points. They're still going to have to kick the ball off to the Chickasaws. And number 4, who's got 5 touchdowns tonight, number 4 being Trey Anderson, he's going to get several more touches before this thing is over with.
No doubt about that in my mind. Travion Anderson is a dog.
The longest 24 seconds that I can remember coming up, perhaps. Mason Wan. He squib kicks it, and it is fielded over there by number 8. He falls forward, is tackled shy of the 50-yard line, and Blytheville, who's had really good field position all night long, is going to have good field position once again. 22 seconds left on the clock. They're going to take over 1st and 10. The ball is on the 49-yard line of the Chickasaws. So the Blytheville's going to have to go 51 yards in 22 seconds in order to win this game. Nettleton has a 43-40 lead over Blytheville with 22 seconds to play in the game, and a hellacious barn burner of a football game. The Chickasaws offensive unit is out there. Anderson, their super quarterback, is in the shotgun, and he is going to pass. Rolling to his right, and he's still rolling, looking for some real estate. He's across the 50, the 40-yard line. He rolls out of bounds. That play took 11 precious seconds. There's 13 seconds on the clock. He gained about 11 yards, but it cost him 11 seconds. And now then, it's 1st and 10 Chickasaws on the Raider 40-yard line with 13 seconds. They got time for about 2 more plays.
That is a good point.
And they're going to have to air it out.
No doubt about that.
Anderson dropping back, looking to pass. He does. It's complete to number 1. He's hammered, fumble on the play, recovered by the Chickasaws, number 16 at the 24-yard line. Pass was complete, and I believe that might have been Isaac Black that came up and hammered him. Help me out. Did you see?
I think I knew. I saw who it was, and that's the playmaker. They got him on defense.
That was it. Cortez that hit him?
Last play of the game. What do you have to lose? It's like having Bobby Boucher out there. You can always count on the playmaker.
Well, there's 6 seconds on the clock. I think Blytheville, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass, actually. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Chickasaws on the Raider 40. 6 seconds on the clock. This will be the last play of the game, more than likely. Big time play right here. Nettleton up 43-40. Final play of the game for the Chickasaws. They got to pass. They're going for it all. Deep into the end zone. It is incomplete, and the clock strikes 0. The Raiders win 43-40. The Raiders win. The Raiders win in an outstanding football game, 43-40. Hats off to these Blytheville Chickasaws. They have got a very talented team. We wish them well, and they're going to have no problem in their conference this year. They really have got a dynamic team. Hats off to these young men. They played their hearts out tonight. Nettleton with a 43-40 win. So thankful for the privilege of being able to say that, as Nettleton with a fourth quarter drive, they take the lead 43-40 with 24 seconds remaining. They hold on for a 3-point victory. I tell you what, Gavin, give us a 4-minute break and we'll get you all set for the postgame show brought to you by Lexicon. Lexicon postgame show, we come back in 4 minutes. Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here. Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Hey there, Northeast Arkansas. This is John Moore of Arkansas Superstore on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Here to tell you that we're flipping the script on car buying. Don't stand for bait and switch tactics.
That's holding.
We believe in transparency and trust. You deserve the car you want with a payment much lower than your rent. Arkansas Superstore is here to make sense of it all for you. Come over and find your dream ride. You're approved. When the banks say no, I say yes. Visit us today at 11580 Highway 49 North in Brooklyn or online at arkansassuperstore.com.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
You love your truck, and Plaza Tire Service is here to help you make it even better with custom wheels, leveling kits, and the area's best selection of light truck tires, ATs, mud tires, and RTs up to 35s and bigger. Plaza Tire Service has the tires you want in stock today, and we'll help you select a great combination that gets your truck exactly the way you want it. In Jonesboro and South Caraway, and now at our newest location on East Johnson Avenue. The biggest selection, the best service, and the lowest prices on light truck tires are at Plaza Tire Service.
Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance. Evolve Bank and Trust is now bringing full-service banking to Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Homeowners and DIYers, it's the biggest event of the year at Home Outlet from September 11th through 23rd, where you can buy now and save more store-wide. Outdated bathroom, upgrade your vanity top, and get a faucet free. Dreaming of a new kitchen? Your favorite sinks are free with a qualifying purchase. Buy any door and get a free handle set. Plus, dozens of other money-saving deals September 11th through 23rd. Visit Home Outlet at 2016 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro.
Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. Whew, what a game. Raiders escape with Blytheville with a 43-40 win. What a great football game. The Blytheville players and the Nettleton players still hugging it out down there. They went to war, but great sportsmanship being shown and pictures being made by friends and family. And this is a good rivalry, and this was a great football game tonight. Nettleton picks up a 43-40 win over Blytheville. Blytheville led 40-35 with 3:24 remaining in the game. It was their first lead of the game, but they took the lead. Nettleton had 3:24 on the clock, and Maddox Hampton led the Raiders on a I can't remember how many yards the drive was, but it was a touchdown drive. The 2-point conversion good by Q Thompson. That made the score 43-40, and Nettleton wins 43-40 over a very talented and tough Blytheville team. Talking to their PA guy and other guys up here, hey, this Blytheville team won my respect tonight, Jacob, and I mean it when I say I'm going to be rooting for them the rest of the way, man. It's a good team.
This Blytheville team has nothing to hang their heads about. It was a shootout all night, and 43-40. I mean, you put 40 points on the board, you're a dang good team, and you have my respect.
No doubt about it, and they sure have a very good team. Wish them well the rest of the way. Let's break this game down. By the way, we welcome you into the Lexicon postgame show. Lexicon can help you reach your goals and success. Go to lexicon-inc.com/football. That's lexicon-inc.com/football to learn more. Well, the Raiders jumped out to a 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and Jacob, for just a second there, I thought, man, this may be a blowout. Boy, was I ever wrong. The Raiders' talented sophomore running back got the start tonight. His name is Xavier Harrell. He scored 2 touchdowns right out of the chute. Had a great game. He scored the first touchdown with 8:12 remaining in the first quarter, a 3-yard run. Mason Wan's PAT made it 7-0. And then on a dynamic 18-yard run, he broke some tackles and sprinted into the end zone with 4:27 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton led 14-0 after the Mason Wan PAT. I must say a shout out to the Raider defense because they got a big time 3-and-out stop that led to that precipitated that touchdown. Blytheville, however, scored on their next possession. Their outstanding quarterback, Travion Anderson, ran it in from 17 yards with 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. That made the score 14-6 as the 2-point conversion was no good. At the end of the first quarter, the Raiders led 14-6. Nettleton got the scoring going in the second quarter with 8:56. The playmaker, Curtis Smith, a 7-yard run. Mason Wan's PAT made it 21-6. Blytheville came right back. Number 22, Ingram Battles, who had a tremendous game tonight. He had a 37-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion by Tim Brown is good. A Tim Brown run for the 2-point conversion made the score 21-14. Nettleton got the ball, and they about a 7-minute drive. They drove down the field and they put the ball in the end zone. Again, the playmaker Curtis Smith with a 2-yard run with 57 seconds remaining in the half. Mason Wan kicked the PAT. That made the score 28-14. That's what it was at half. Blytheville dominated the third quarter. They outscored Nettleton 20-7. Their quarterback, Anderson, hit number 1, Tyron Walker, with an 11-yard touchdown pass with 7:22 remaining in the third quarter. That made the score 28-20 as the 2-point conversion was no good. Nettleton's playmaker, Curtis Smith, scored on a 1-yard run. The Mason Wan kick for the point after made it 35-20. The Raiders up by 15. I guess that was their biggest lead of the game. However, Blytheville came back with 2 touchdowns. Number 4, their quarterback, Travion Anderson, a 32-yard touchdown run with 3:32 to play in the third quarter, made the score 35-28. The 2-point conversion was good, and that was run in by their All-State running back, Tim Brown. Unfortunately, the Raiders had a turnover. Snap hit Q Thompson as he was run in motion, and the ball was live, of course, when that happens. The Chickasaw defense was able to jump on it, and they recovered the fumble deep in Nettleton territory. They quickly converted, and with 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it was 35-34. Nettleton up by 1. The PAT was no good. At the end of the third quarter, Nettleton led 35-34. Blytheville, who definitely had the momentum at that point, they scored another touchdown. Travion Anderson, a 1-yard touchdown run with 3:24 remaining in the game. They led 40-35. Nettleton got the ball, and these Raiders did not quit, Raider Nation. With 3:24 on the clock, they took over. It was a good return by Q Thompson to start it out. I believe we started about the 47-yard line. Good field position. 3 minutes later, the playmaker, Curtis Smith, scored his 4th touchdown of the game with 24 seconds. He with a 3-yard run on 3rd down and goal to go. Gave Nettleton a 41-40 lead. 2-point conversion was good. Q Thompson ran in the 2-point conversion. That set the final score at 43-40. Jacob, what a ball game tonight.
It sure was. And, at some points I thought, oh, my goodness, we're gonna whoop them. And then at others, I thought, this is close. This is too close for comfort,
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We were very fortunate to come out with a win tonight, a 43-40 victory. Let's give the JOSM player of the game, and then let's head back to Nettleton, my friend. The player of the game is brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. They've been getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. And, Jacob, I think you'll agree with me. The man who deserves a player of the game award tonight for the second straight week is the playmaker, Cortez Smith. Cortez scored 4 touchdowns. Nettleton scored 43 points, and Cortez accounted for over half of them.
Oh, yeah.
I would say he deserves the Player of the Game award.
No doubt in my mind. Cortez, he comes in week after week, and he puts up a ridiculous amount of touchdowns, and that's how he's going to get All-State honors back-to-back, in my opinion.
Yep.
And Xavier Harrell, he ran the ball extremely well.
Boy, sure did.
And, Xavier Harrell, don't hang your head because you didn't get Player of the Game this week. There's always next week because – actually, I lied. There's 2 weeks because next week is bye week. The Raiders were off.
That's right. The Raiders win tonight. We're off next week. The following week will be our next broadcast, and it will be from the friendly confines of Raider Field. We'll be taking on the Batesville Pioneers. Do you remember how that Batesville game ended last year, Jacob?
A real tearjerker, in my opinion. Set up for a field goal, and it was blocked. A Joseph Duhong field goal is rarely blocked, and it was, and they took it to the crib, and it was a tearjerker.
Most painful loss I can remember. So we owe them a little revenge, and hopefully we'll get it 2 weeks from tonight at Raider Field. It'll be Nettleton versus Batesville. For all of us here at NTV, a happy Raider NTV crew is about to be jumping on the vehicle, heading back to Jonesboro after a 43-40 win. Thanks to Jacob Linderman, my tag team partner. Thanks to Chris Schropel, who run camera. Thanks to Isabella Devereaux, who run the other up camera. And thanks to Blake Isbell, who directed the whole outfit. And we had technical difficulties like crazy, but these guys, they battled through. Thanks to Gavin Grubbs, our excellent producer back in the EAB studios. For everybody here at Nettleton, a happy Raider Nation celebrating a 43-40 win. Good night, everybody. Raider Pride is justified. Raider Pride forever.